Hello, everybody. I'm Frankie. The channel is Joy Route, as in live your best life. I'm living my best life 1 minute, 1 mile, and one cup of coffee at a time. So I was thinking, right? First of all, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day out there. We know who you are. We know what you're doing. We don't know every father, but we wish fathers happy Father's Day. And may this day be safe and special to you. I was thinking about being a nomad. So I'm just going to talk, whether anybody gets here or not. I want to talk about being a nomad over 50 in the USA. So, being a nomad over 50 in the USA. I think I'll start by giving a definition of a nomad. I am going to try to slow down. I talk too fast. The definition of a nomad is one who does not live in who does not have a fixed residence. And when you think about it, wealthy people are nomads, right? They are because they don't have, or they may have multiple residents, right? They got a mansion over here, a condo over here, a home in Italy, a home in the USA. So wealthy people could be considered nomads. So a nomad just does not have a permanent residence. They don't have a fixed place to live. I guess you could say, not guess you could say, I I am a nomad. I'm a digital nomad, and I guess if you had to categorize me, I would say I live mostly full time in my van. I'm currently in what I like to call my winter room because I'm mostly here. If I'm in this room, I'm mostly here in the winter. I've always had this room, even 4 years ago. Okay, well, let me start over. I haven't always had this room, but I knew that when I moved into a van, I had like family members who would always open up their home to me. So I knew that, right? And for that, I'm very grateful. But so I'm talking about nomad, the definition of nomad, and I'm still having fun. I am. I want to say this too before I get too deep into this. It's not either or. A lot of times I talk about being a nomad because it's what I've been doing for like 5 years, and it's really in my system. It's what I know, it's what I enjoy. But I certainly don't think it's this or that. I know a lot of people who enjoy being in the comfort of their own home. If I could have, if I could wave a wand and make my world be ideal, I would have me a fixed home with some outdoor play structures on a piece of land. Because when you are always here, there, everywhere, it's you have to get your mind back in focus, right? You have to focus. And I'll tell you why I have Timothy Ward on the screen. We're gonna play some of his video, and I have to thank my sister friends, Danette, What It Do, DG, and Fia, that Boondocking Diva, because we're going live tomorrow. But I'm having so much fun going live that I wanted to go live tonight. So if I had my choice, right? My choice, I would have a tiny home on some land with a lot of outdoor structures, a natural water spring. I would have outdoor play structures for grown-ups. Yeah. My land would be like a national park, right? With a lake and all this kind of stuff. Okay. But so I got notes because I don't want to ramble. I don't want to ramble. I'll say this. So, why am I still having fun? Because you can have 364 days that are absolutely crappy. I'm talking about crappy. And I don't have 364 days that are absolutely crappy. But then you have one really good nomadic day, and it just like makes up for everything. And that's the reason why I'm still having fun. And again, I want to stress that it's not either or, because I know I talk about nomadic life so much, and people are like, I like being at home. I like being at home. And that's okay. Some people have beautiful homes, and even they have comfortable homes, and that's perfectly fine. And so I don't talk about it because I think this lifestyle, and some people couldn't even imagine living this lifestyle. Obviously, when you don't have a fixed place, it's not all peaches and cream, right? That's obvious. So, but having this sense of wonderment or adventure. I haven't got a sign. I want to show you my sign. Hope you can read it. Can you read that? Adventure ahead. I get very restless when I am just in one place. If I'm just in one, I get very restless, right? And I'll say this too, as far as like living, even though I have my own room and I'm very honored. At this age, the reason why I would prefer to live in a vehicle over living with someone, because you don't in your van is your playhouse, is your clubhouse. You make all the rules, you break all the rules. I love breaking rules, right? I love breaking rules. My mom said I didn't even color in the lines in kindergarten. She said I never colored in lines. I've always been a rule breaker, not a law breaker, but a rule breaker. I've always just wanted to do things on my own terms. And if everybody else was going right, I wanted to go left. And if everybody else was wearing braids, I wanted locks. I mean, I just always wanted to be different. I always wanted to do things on my own. So we'll talk about what it's like being a nomad in the US. And I don't care if 0 people are here, 20 people are here. I'm going to keep talking. If you want to say hello, say hello. I love you say hello. But okay, so what's so great about being a nomad? When I first started, and I want to share my story again, I was on YouTube and I was looking at videos of digital nomads in Chiang Mai. Before the pandemic, I always was doing stuff from home, working from home. So I was looking at all these nomadic channels of these freelancers in Chiang Mai. I used to watch this freelancer, and his name was Chris the Freelancer. That was the name of his channel, Chris the Freelancer. And Chris the Freelancer, sometimes he would have a girlfriend, sometimes he wouldn't have a girlfriend, and he would be traveling all over Chiang Mai, and sometimes he went to other places as well. Now, he was this young guy, this nice looking guy, and he made it like it was just, oh, you just go here and you just go there and you just go there. And so not only did I watch Chris the Freelancer, but I also watched some other nomads. None of the nomads I was watching in Chiang Mai were women, or they weren't Black women. Or I don't even think it was people of color. I was watching white males. And I think that was the reason, because that's all I saw. And so when I would follow Chris, he always made it. He was eating good food. He was around beautiful people. They were doing work in cafes. And I thought that sounded wonderful, romantic, right? I was just like, dang, I want to go to Chiang Mai. And they were talking about how inexpensive it was, how you can get an apartment for $2. I mean, I don't remember what it was. And they were talking about how the food was cheap and all this kind of stuff. So I said, I'm going to Chiang Mai. I'm going to Chiang Mai. I told all my family members, I'm going to be leaving soon for Chiang Mai. I'm going to be leaving in about a year for Chiang Mai. That's all I talked about was Chiang Mai. And then one day I watched this video on YouTube. I started to get little bits and pieces here and there of the part of Chiang Mai that wasn't romanticized. And so one day down my YouTube stream came this big guy, this really big, chunky, fat white guy. And he was married to a lady in Chiang Mai in Thailand. And he said that their apartment caught on fire. Now, they had like a couple of kids. He said that he jumped his big A out the window. He left his family in there, but they didn't burn up, thankfully. And he broke all of his bones. Then he went to he was hospitalized, obviously. He said when he was hospitalized, the embassy or whoever comes to get your passport, the Chiang Mai officials came and got his passport. Hey, LXNC, hello, good evening. And he said they came and got his, hello, Patty Palmer, hello, from Randallstown. I think I'm reading it right. My glasses. Randallstown, Maryland. Hello, everyone. Hello. So he said so I was telling y'all about why I didn't want to go to Chiang Mai anymore. So he jumped out the window. He's a big boy. So he was somebody I could relate to. I was like, oh, fat white guy. I'm a big, he was kind of like middle age. Everybody else I was watching maybe were in their 20s. And I was like, I can relate to him. So he jumped out the window. He said he broke all of his bones, or broke some bones. He said, so the people in charge, they came to get his passport. And he was like, why are y'all getting my passport? And he said they were like, you can't leave here until you pay your hospital bill. So then I started seeing these news stories about people, Americans stuck in Thailand because they had medical bills and they couldn't leave until they paid their medical bills. So then all the stuff started coming out about how unfun, like scooters, you have to ride a scooter everywhere. Most people, I think, either couldn't afford cars or it was too congested. How there were all these loose dogs, how the food, the street food that everybody loves, people would be in the hospital with poison, having been like, what do you call it? Poison symptoms, right? So all this stuff that wasn't romantic started coming out. And I was like, I don't want to go to Chiang Mai. And then you have to be on a flight for 24 hours. And I was like, I don't want to be on a flight for 24 hours. I was like, but I know I have a sense of adventure. I'm a wanderer. I know I want to do something. I want to go somewhere. So I started watching Bob Wells because at first, when I heard about van life, it was like all these beautiful, skinny white people. And I was just like, no. And then I didn't see anybody with like real vans, what I would call real vans that weren't perfectly clean, people who weren't size, whatever size you want to be. I wanted to see some chunky 12, 14, 16 size people. And so I started watching Bob Wells, and Bob Wells started showing at the time when I started watching Bob Wells, he wasn't Bob Wells. He was like one step, he was living in Alaska. Anybody don't know who Bob Wells of Cheap RV Living. And he was living in Alaska. It was freezing cold. He started out, I think, in a box truck because what happened was he had gotten a divorce and he had like 3 kids and he had to pay child support and marital spousal support. And when he got through, he didn't have no money for, he didn't have any money. So he said, he was driving past one day and he said, I could live in that. So he lived in a box truck. So he started out with really humble beginnings. And then his YouTube channel, he started showing people that look like me. And, people who were like older, people who were less skinny, people who were, just real people. He started showing them how you could live and work in a live and work in a van. And even you could make it your sense of adventure. It didn't have to be you're laying around eating beans and all of that. Then I started watching from Bob Wells. I only saw white people. And Bob Wells was very inclusive. Hey, everybody's welcome. If you are this, you're welcome. If you're that, you're welcome. Bob is cool. He gives a lot of good. He does. He really does. So Bob, he started giving all this good advice. But I was looking at Bob, but I was still thinking, I still want to see some brown people because I want to be around people that look like me. I love everybody else, but I want to be around people. So Bob was giving all this good advice. And as Patty said, and then he showed Crystal Vanner, right? He showed Crystal Vanner. And Crystal Vanner, she was in this maroon van. She had on a head wrap. She had on glasses. And she was in her little humble van. And she was there, like at the RTR. And I said, there go a black woman, right? I was like, okay, van life is for me. Van life is for me. But then I started watching her story. And I'll admit, when I first started watching her story, like I really I like Crystal, never met her, but liked Crystal. But then she had a very humble story. She would show like the ups and downs of van life. And for me, I was raised in a family where you are like proud. You don't ask anybody for anything, and you just don't. That's the kind of family I was raised in. So when I started seeing her, and I don't know why her doing her van life, it started to like, I don't know, I ain't gonna say aggravate me. And I think when you're on camera too, and you are living van life, and I didn't realize this until you experience it, you live in your life, it's your journey. And so your personality is not going to be for everybody, right? If somebody thinks you're in a bad mood, so what? You might be in a bad mood. But anyway, I wasn't really feeling all that. So it kind of like, I don't know, maybe not like her channel or whatever. But anyway, I give her total credit for really inspiring me because I had to see somebody who looked like me to want to do this. And so I thought, okay, I can take my money instead of paying $1,000 for rent while I was sharing space with someone. I was like, I can just keep that and keep the money I'm earning and just get on the road. Then I found Mia of my life. That was the second van person I found. And I started watching Mia. And again, anyway, I was learning how to do this thing, but I wasn't, at least with when it came to Chiang Mai, I was in Candyland or unrealistic land. I did think, oh, it's glamorous. I mean, you just pay $250 for an apartment. You eat street food and healthy food. You go to the market. I thought it was all that, right? I really did. But when it came to van life, I never had this thinking about, oh, living in a van. Oh, it's all of that. Even though I started to see Black women in nice vans and in box trucks and things like that. I still just living mobily. I never thought it was all that. So I went into van life knowing there would be challenges, just like real life. But I was like, I'm up for the challenge. I knew right away it was for me because I wanted to see the USA. I've been out of the country, but again, I just right now with all the turmoil and everything, just for me, US travel is satisfying me perfectly fine. And I was talking to somebody today, and I was talking to them. I always try to encourage people if I think their situation calls for it. I always try to encourage them to get a van, and they wasn't really feeling it. But anyway, I personally thought their situation called for a van. If it come down to it, I'm telling them like get a van. Like as long as you got a bed, you work third shift, like get a van. They weren't really feeling it. And again, I'm not trying to convince anybody to this lifestyle. I'm just talking about how the nomadic lifestyle. Am I still enjoying it? Yes, I am. I think the reason why now, when I was on the road for 10 months, I'm on the live, and if you come in here, you're gonna be on camera. Who is that? That's all right. I'll text. Okay. Can you bring me 3 popsicles? Please? Ma'am? Why she don't bring my 3 popsicles? I like to joke that I order room service from downstairs. But anyway, so I don't try to convince people to, oh, this lifestyle is great or this lifestyle is bad. It's not for me to convince people. I can't see a way that I could travel the US and have a fixed place to live, even though I am in my winter room and I do pay rent. Definitely not what it's worth for everything I get, but I do pay rent. But I don't try to. But if I had my own place, or like a cousin who's got Airbnb and apartment bills, if I had that, I know that I could not get on the road and go see parts of America, right? I couldn't go see parts of America and do that. So, and also, I've never been a person that liked a lot of stuff. I know people who have 50 purses and 50 rings and 50 shoes and keep their hair. I just never was that person. Now, I like to, when it's time to go somewhere nice, I like to dress up, but I just never was a materialistic person. I like memories. Like I want to remember something more than I want to have a lot of stuff. I care less about stuff. I have a small storage, and I went back. When I came back, I really didn't remember half the stuff that was in it. I really didn't, except some of my better stuff. I remembered that, but the other stuff, I didn't remember it. So why am I still enjoying nomadic life? I just am still, I'm truly still enjoying it. I enjoy living in my van more than I do living with people. I just do. I'm thankful that I can come and I can stay and I can be in my winter room. And it's just a blessing. It really is. And just to have even family and friends. I like to believe the energy I put out. I'm an enerologist, by the way. The energy I put out, it comes back to me. And so I try to put out and try to be helpful to people. And I think my popsicles are coming. I think yes, experiences over possessions, more junk, less journey. People think I made that up. I did not. There's a channel, Less Junk, More Journey, a family. They used to travel with their kids. I don't know if they're still traveling with their kids. And so that's my thing. And then just living in the van, I used to say, I heard other people saying this, and I started saying, you don't live in a van, you live out of a van. So if I can't stand up, but there are days where you just want to be home. There are days where you actually do live in your van. So I live in my van, I worship in my van, I work in my van, and being in a small space, it really doesn't bother me not being able to stand up. But when I was on the road for 10 months, I left when it was winter and I came back when it was winter, but in between that time it was summer and just nice weather in San Diego. So I had all this stuff and I didn't have a topper. So I was feeling very crowded. But when I'm here, when I don't have to bring everything I own in my van, I love my van. It is the perfect size. It's stealth. I've been back camping in my van. And just loving it, just loving it. And one day, I swear, y'all, it was 90. Okay, so my cousin said her thermometer in her car said 100 degrees. Mine said 92 degrees. And I was at the park all day. And when I got in my van, I don't know. I don't know. I think it comes from living in my grandparents' home without air conditioning. But it was not, it's the cold weather that really bothers me. Now, usually I say 85 degrees or higher bothers me. But that day it was like 92 degrees and my back windows are shaded. And on the one side that the sun was coming in, I put up my curtain, right? I put up a curtain, this curtain on this side, and it totally blocked out the heat. And then I got my fans. Hold on. I'm getting my fan. I don't got my best fan. I don't know where this the little fan. I got my fan, and I'll be fine. And so I think that's a good thing. Okay, so that's why. Now I got some more notes I want to share with y'all. Um, what are the best parts? Somebody asked me, what is the best parts and the worst parts of living? The best part is every day is a new day. You don't know who, what, when, and where. Like you might be going somewhere for 3 days, but you don't know what you're getting into. The best part is you travel at your own speed. I think because I watch YouTube, and if y'all watching this, y'all watch YouTube, and you see people, and it always look like they are on an adventure, and it's exhausting. Always been on an adventure. It's exhausting going somewhere new, even if it's a new area, trying to figure out where's this grocery store or what campground am I going to? Where or what Planet Fitness am I going to park at? And once I get somewhere, I usually stay a couple of weeks because it is exhausting trying to move and go someplace and go someplace and go someplace. I was telling the person who I was trying to convince to get a van and move into the van, I was saying that he was like, well, I can't, the heat and this, I can take the cold better than the heat. I'm like, but that's why when you're not paying rent, that's why if you can on the really, really hot days, like say this week here in Ohio, it's going to be 90 to 100 degrees for the next like 10 days. On those days, if I was still in the van, or I am still in the van, but if I didn't have a room, that's the days I would get hotels or I would get a campground where you can get one of those gigantic fans or you can plug in an air conditioner, whatever you wanted to do. Those are the days that I would do that. That's when I use my money. I was in Minnesota and it was like 102 degrees. I swear it was like record breaking temperatures. And I got me a hotel. Those are the days you do that. My friend, what it do, DG? You need to come up, Danette. You need to come up because I'm just running out of my mouth. I just wanted to get on. I just wanted to get on. I'm gonna put the link as soon as I find out how to put the link to see if she'll come up. What did I do to put the link? How do I get the link? I gotta remember. My brain is a brain. Oh yeah. That's it. Copy. I figured it out, y'all. Just in case she wants to come up. We are doing this live stream tomorrow. See, did it come up? Yeah. You should come up, Jeanette. I'm talking about the pros and cons of being a nomad. I know you're like me and Jeanette. Well, she'll tell you if she comes up. We started out in this travel group. We were in this like YouTube challenge together, and then we just became friends. We were in this travel group, and now we're doing like this. We're doing a podcast tomorrow, so y'all be sure to check it out. Is she up? Let's see. She'll come up in a minute. Oh, so that's the worst part. It's like you always going somewhere different. You be like, oh my God, I gotta learn this area. I gotta learn this. I gotta learn that. How do they drive in this city? How do they act in the city? You just got to learn something new every day. So that's what it's kind of like, oh my God, I just want to chill for a minute. But then one of the things I learned being away from YouTube is that you can chill. You don't have to like people, if you're doing a YouTube channel, sometimes they like to see you doing different stuff. Like you got this series, your Alabama series, you got these series that you do, but you don't have to move. Like even now, I'm in my winter room and I cried when I got here. When I got back to Ohio and it was cold and I got back to this room and it's got these big long curtains. This is a beautiful house with a lot of character, but it's got these long curtains and there was no sunlight. I swear I laid in bed and I cried like a baby. Mike, ooh, my friend is here. What it do, DG?
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, my friend?
I am on my way home from Alabama from a family reunion.
You went to Alabama. You better be driving safely. You went to Alabama?
I went to Bama.
Bama, how was Bama?
Bama was nice. I enjoyed seeing my aunt and my grandmother them for a
Okay.
little minute. I just went for like an overnight trip, basically.
Okay. Did you stay down there or did you do your SUV camping or are you with partner and you couldn't do it?
I'm with partner and we stayed in a hotel.
Okay. Then that
Which I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm not with him, I really don't care for staying in hotels. I don't get the best sleep. I think I slept real good last night because the night before we left, we didn't sleep
Mhm.
good at all. Because we fooled around and ended up kind of partying a little bit.
That's that.
But
That's
so
kind of back.
that's about the only reason that I slept as good as I did.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was telling them. It can be comforting, but after you have an exciting day of doing like your family reunion, all you're really going there to do is sleep. That's really what you're going there to do. Now you could
That's
already
it.
shower.
That's it. You just go to sleep and take a shower, and I can do that anywhere.
That's
Shoot.
what I'm saying. So that's the thing. And I was telling them also, I'm not trying to say this or that because it's people who say, oh, no, I have this, my house, I'm comfortable. I would never get in a vehicle. And that's okay. For me, it's just, I love the experiences. I love, just being out, going somewhere, just being static. I go crazy. I really do. I go crazy. And that's what being back in Ohio has done for me. I'm just like, I got itchy. I'm itchy. I'm ready to go. I'm
Yeah, I stay stir crazy. So when we get out on the road, I am at my absolute happiest. I'm like, yes, we get to get some highway miles in. Get to
yes.
be on the go. And the thing that I like about staying in the car is you do not have the chore of having to go back to the hotel or whatever. You can just find somewhere to post up. Like, this looks like a safe place. I'll stay here or whatever. And you're close to, if you got to be somewhere in that city, you can just go be there. You know what I'm
I
saying? You
know.
don't, it's not, well, I need to make sure that I got, the address to the hotel so I can go back and how long is it gonna take? You know what I'm
You
saying?
just
All of
sleep
that.
nearby. You just sleep nearby the place you're going the next day. You're like, oh, I'm going here. My son came to Las Vegas and he was like, I'll get you a room. I'm like, I'll just take some gambling money. I'm like, what hotel y'all at? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come near there. Look, I just posted up. Like,
Yeah.
you just feel like that. Like I'm not in there. Now, like I said, if it's extreme weather, what's the temperature in Bama? I know it's hot. What's
Oh
what's the temperature?
girl, when we got there it was boiling hot. So you did need somewhere to have some AC, but I mean that's easy to find. You go post up at a Starbucks, go to the library, there's options for that.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely options, and depending on what you like to do, like you said, go. You can even go to the mall, right? Because I'm not a big shopper, because I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Well, and you know what the thing about it is I'm starting to notice a little more and more like city to city as I go because even I noticed when I was there, malls are pretty much empty, so you don't really even have a whole lot of people to deal with when you in there.
Because you know why? Probably it's so the stuff is very, very expensive. Like it's very expensive, and you're thinking I can go to Ross. I mean, I don't want to give stores any stores. I don't want to plug any, but some stores you go there. The mall is just. I think I don't want to say malls are for like really like teenagers because they still believe that buying this $1,000 purse or what I don't know. Maybe it's some adults as well. I don't know. And I don't want, like I said, it's not this way, my way or your way. My way is better. Living just comfortably with the bare minimum is not may not be work for anybody. I watch a YouTube channel. I watch a lot of YouTube channels, but I watched this lady and she just got back from I want to say Turkey. I think that's where she just got back from. And she was like, I told the people at the Gucci store and this airport to send me the purse. And I'm like, what? I was just thinking, what's that country where they take pictures in those dresses? It's called the flying dress. Anybody know if you know? I don't know. But anyway, she was there and she was talking about the food she ate. And I was like, the restaurant sounded really good. And even what she did sounded good to me. But she was saying
Mm.
that how she bought some stuff that was duty free and just she had to get another suit. And I'm like, I don't want all that stuff. I know you can buy alcohol duty free, but I was like, the other stuff, the purse, to have a purse, that's a bug. I don't know. But I ain't saying it's either or. Some people just like what they like. And hey, I ain't knocking that. But Was it Bali? It could have been where they got the flying dress. It's something called when people go there to take this picture. They put on this dress or different dresses, and I don't know. It's a whole experience. I ain't gonna lie. If I was there, I would do it because I do like experiences. It sounded live. That really sounded fun to me. But to go and like get a purse and some shoes, and she said she went to this one shop, and the shop was they were kind of like, not feeling her as a black woman. And she said that she was like, but that the shoes I wanted, I just went back and got them. I was like, there's no way I would have gave that man my money.
I wouldn't have given my money either.
Like, my money ain't good enough for you. And she said she couldn't stop thinking about the shoes. But anyway, it's an interesting channel. And I like hearing about her journey. She likes to travel. I think she's a nomad, and I like watching. It's not for me, but I like watching her channel. So I'm not trying to convince anybody that living in this van as opposed to going somewhere. This is better. Like, or I like my lifestyle, or whatever. But I'm truly happy, and that's why I put that video up, because I am truly happy now. And like I explained in the beginning of this video, if I had all the money in the world, yes, I would buy some land with a lake, like how where you live, a lake that's behind your house. I would buy a lake, with a lake and outdoor structures to play, just outdoors. I would have a big playground, I would do that.
Yeah.
And have somewhere to rest, because as I heard even another YouTuber, she was saying that I can't stand going to Airbnbs and I have to learn to use this coffee maker, like that coffee maker. That stuff gets on your nerves. You like,
it does. It gets frustrating. You got to relearn all this other stuff, and just try and live life. It's like, I already got my stuff. Just let me, give me somewhere to set it up. Yes. That's all.
And that's what makes it difficult. It's like when you do go someplace new. That's why my cousin, she was like, why are you going back to your van? Like, I've been going to spend the night. I'm like, because I'm about to get on the road and I got to start back getting in the habit of, how I move, how urban I am, and just different things. And I got to get back in the flow of things. And it's like, I'm not house trained. I'm like, look, I got to get back in the mood. Like, you're trying to house train. That ain't going to. That ain't really gonna work because I'm not.
I'm a wildcat.
Exactly. I want to get back in the wild and just go to the water and just go for a hike, just small hikes, not no big hikes. Just be in a park. And I went to. I was at the park the other day, and I had rented a long time ago this rowboat, but I was with people. So I asked them. I said, "Well, how much to rent this rowboat?" And they said $20. And I said, well, can a person do it by themselves? And they was like, you can, but it's going to be hard to row yourself. And it is, because I remember doing it a long time ago. But I was like, dang, I was trying to look for single people. Like, it could be a man or a woman. Like, you want to row a boat? You want to rent a boat? So we can roll. Look, I'll be trying to have experiences. So that's why I'm still a happy nomad. Not perfect. And then, like I was telling them, the one day that is really good, you have 15 days that suck. That one nomadic day where the sun rises and the sun sets, and you're at a campfire, and you've just had a different experience, and
it makes it all worth it.
Yes, it makes it all worth it. Yeah, it certainly does. I wanted to do something. I was like, I was on we were in a co-working today. I'll believe it or not, for like 2 hours. We talked the roof off. It was just like, and we were doing our work. And after that, I was like, I want to get on the YouTube. Y'all got me hooked. Look, you and Fia. Like, don't call me tomorrow. She was like, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I got plans. I'm like, okay, Fia. We'll check you tomorrow. It's her day, right?
Yeah.
So I was telling everybody we are doing it's not a podcast yet, although we're doing a podcast. We're talking about a podcast, but we're doing a series on van life safety. And even though the net is in sticks and bricks, Fia, you could say, is in sticks and bricks, but she has a class B. We all travel. We call it van because even though we have different kind of vehicles, it's vans, so to speak. And we're doing a series on safety. So I think we're on about our 5th episode, and I think we're going to 8 episodes. And so we're giving safety trips, whether you live in a vehicle, sticks and bricks. Our tips can help you in any situation. So
yeah,
that's what we're talking about, and we're enjoying each other. And yeah, that's Uh,
Yeah, we've been having a really, really good time and really good conversations on the
Excellent.
subject.
Absolutely. I've enjoyed it. Y'all making me want to go live. I've never in my life, I never used to go live. People used to say, get on camera, put your face. I'm like, I do not want to see me on camera. I'm not getting on camera. I never would do that. I will hold the camera in front of an apple and just, if y'all look at some of my earlier videos, I would never get on the, and I'm still, writing is my thing. I'm still not like comfortable in front of the camera.
It's something you have to get used to, honestly.
Mhm.
Like when I first started, I was so nervous, and there were so many things that I cut out. Even my last video that I did, there was so many and and all of that that I had to cut out. I was like, what is going on? I thought I had this down, but it's something that you kind of got to get used to, honestly.
You absolutely do have to get used to it. I noticed that when we're doing videos together, I'm the one, I be talking. I'm like, shh, 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 shh. I be hitting myself in the mouth like, shh, 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 shh. Stop talking so much. I can't help it. I just be talking like, and I have to slow myself down, let other people talk. But with my videos, people told me, even like, because I teach online, people used to tell me I could not stand my voice. Somebody told me one time, and I was the top instructor on this platform. And somebody's like, I hate your voice. I hate the way you speak. And it is, and it is. And I'm like, here I am, the number one instructor. And then I guess because this person dog, I mean, it was like this review was like scathing. It was like, ouch, like she lit me on fire. And then all these people came and said, you know what? I like the way you talk. It's like having a conversation with a friend in a coffee shop. So then I
Yeah.
stopped worrying about being like, oh, I want to sound like Oprah, or I want to sound like, I want to sound better, but I don't feel the need to be. I guess that came with Nomadic Life too, because when I worked as a research associate, I wanted to be more polished, and then I'm just like, I don't want nothing. I don't want to wear a bra. I don't want to do nothing. When you over 50, you don't have to do nothing that you don't want to do. So that's what I set myself free, and I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna do it.
Listen, that's not even an over 50 thing. That's just a growing up thing, period. Because
Okay.
I've been like that, and I used to hate my voice. And you know what? You have no matter what you do, you have a critic everywhere.
Yeah.
There's I don't think I've ever heard anybody say I don't like your voice. I had somebody recently. They were like, "Oh, you have a really nice soft
I
voice."
think you have a
I
nice voice.
was like, okay, but I mean, my voice is just my voice. I mean, I can't do much to change it. It's just the way that I am. You know what I'm
It
saying?
ain't
So
true.
if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well,
You got some of the best
sorry.
editing around. I was looking at her name is her last name is Vanilla. I can't think of her first name.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I was looking at her videos, and she said a lot of people write her. She blew up. She had that safety video. I don't know. It popped in my feed after we did our safety video. It's driving me crazy. What is her name? Something Vanilla. All I know is her
I,
last name is Vanilla. But
I know who
anyway,
you're talking about. I can't think of her name. I run across her every once in a while. She used to stay in a car for a little bit, and then she had I think she had a minivan, and then she got a van
and now
now.
she's doing something nice.
Yeah.
Her video hit like 1 million views, and she did a video on safety. And I guess because you know how we did one, and YouTube starts to. I mean, I used to watch her a long time ago. She reminded me kind of like of Janelle Ileana. Remember her? If
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah.
kind of in that, to me, that space. There's nothing wrong with that space, but she kind of in that space. And she did a video, and that video went 1 million. But it was really good, and I seen why. And then she was saying that she uses what you use to edit. That's why you edit. I love your editing. And I was thinking about you, but she named people were. She said people were writing her, asking her what she uses to edit. And Luma Fusion, whatever you said, is what she said. I
Hmm.
at you. That's why your
Well,
editing
and
is
the thing is it's about how you learn how to use whatever software that you use. You know what I'm saying? As long as trying to learn how to really use it or whatever, and how learning what your editing style is. You know what I'm saying? I like to put little clips and stuff like that in. And like this time, I think I like grayed out like stuff that was from the past or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Okay.
just about how you learn to use the software. I think really because you have people who use what is it, iMovie or whatever, and their
Yeah.
stuff is really good. But you know, there's more to iMovie. But and you have people who use what's that other one that I was
We
wanting
use
to learn?
Filmora.
Uh,
I use Filmora.
There's Filmora. I think I first started when I was doing my massage. I was doing using Filmora, and I actually liked it. I had moved to LumaFusion because I really wanted an iPad for some reason, and
Okay.
all I really wanted to put on there was LumaFusion. I was like, I just really need the iPad to edit, and that was like the most affordable thing that I could get at the time,
Okay. What
and so
does good?
that was what I had done.
Because part of capturing your journey, what I've noticed though, and sometimes because I think like this YouTube stuff, and I think that's why we've all you what it do DG, that's your channel, Fia, that boondocking diva. I think that's why you step away from YouTube, even though you might not step away from your lifestyle, is because whether a video looks really good or looks really crappy, it still take a lot of takes, and it just takes so much. You like, ugh. And that's why I kind of like this live stuff. I don't want to get used to it because I want to do videos, but I like the live. But because I'm all over the place, that's why I need a video from some type of editing. But I like doing this live. I like going live. It's like you have friends. Like, hi friends, let me call like 10 people. Let me call y'all up and see what
Yeah,
you're doing. So that's why I like the live.
yeah. So when I was doing my channel like regularly, I was doing like I would post a video on Wednesday and then like Saturday night, I think it was. Yeah, Saturday night, I would do like a live show and anybody who wanted to pop up would pop up. Or like I would try and do like two weeks a month. I would do like kind of an interview style, and then like 2 weeks a month I would do you could pop up if you want to and we just having a conversation, you know.
You had a whole
So I really enjoy doing it that way. That gives me feedback on everything. And then it gives me an opportunity, especially as a nomad, because you do end up spending a lot of time alone. You know what I'm saying? You meet people, but you also spend a lot of time alone. So it does give you an opportunity to just kind of have a conversation with friends, like you say.
That's how I be you meet. Matter of fact, all my friends, well, I have, are really virtually like us. We met in a workshop. Remember, we met, and then we were in that
Right.
travel group. Fia, oh, we met on the email or something too. But all my friends, I mean, and then I have the same interests as a lot of people who I have no matter regardless of how we travel, I just watch these
Hmm.
travel channels. I just enjoy people living their best life, and it doesn't have to include travel, but that's just what I'm into, what I enjoy watching. But I watch people who aren't nomads too, but I like nomadic life. You remind me of that's her name, Alyssa. That's why I thought of you. I said,
Yeah.
it's something about you remind me of her. I don't know what, but you kind of remind me of her. And then when she named that editing software, um, I said, dang, that's what Danette just said she uses. So I want to come back to, being on YouTube. I think the summer just inspires me to really think about like the nomad life and just what I want to do and where I want to
You really
go. I
want
don't know.
to get out.
Just gonna jump in the
Yeah.
van and
My
go.
connection come in. We out here. We
In
out
the, in
here in
the
these woods.
Come, I want you to drive safely. Jump back on if you can when you get out of the boonies. I think she went out.
I think we're about to be in a good place.
Okay, good. Because I'm
If
so glad
I
you came.
am if I am where I think I am, I think my connection shouldn't be too bad.
Okay, you drive safely though. So yes, I just was thinking about
Oh, for
Nomad.
sure I am.
You are somewhere good.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we went to go pick up his truck from his nephew's house, so I'm following him, so I'm definitely just fine.
Oh, okay. That's what I was telling people earlier. I was talking to somebody and they were just kind of telling me their situation. And I'm like, you would be a candidate for a van. Why don't you get a van? They was like, why don't you get a pickup truck and put one of them things on top? Or why don't you pull a camper? I was just trying to convince them. They were like,
Okay,
I'm
you might need to be doing like one-on-ones. Tell people what might be their nice beginning, camp style or
yeah. I just
travel
think
style.
I honestly used to back, hey sweetie pie. I honestly back in the day used to if I like everybody you meet people all the time and you talking to them about their situation, are they saying I'm paying this in rent, I'm paying so much, is and I'm like, you're paying what? You know what? You should move in the van. He'd be like, what? And it's like again, it ain't either or. I know people are comfortable. I've been in this old 102-year-old house. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of character. I enjoy it. I love it. But I also love my van. So I don't never say it's either or. I think people may to some degree thumb their nose down at this lifestyle at certain types of vans, but for me, I'm not impressed or down in your like whatever lifestyle you have. If you live in $1 million home, I've been there. I mean, I've got family members. I don't not impressed, but I'm happy if you're happy. That's all I want you to be is live your dream
Right.
route. And that's why I say that. Live your dream route. But you can still do I've done a lot of good and I know you have too traveling because I do live mostly full time in a van and I know I would not have been able to be a happy nomad if I had been traveling and didn't have free accommodations under a cherry tree. I've had free accommodations. When you got free accommodations, you got money for stuff you want to do. So I am enjoying it. As far as how I feel, how do you feel? How do you feel as far as like when you're like camping or when in your SUV or your vehicle and you're going to another town? Not like this time when you got a hotel, but how do you feel physically, like in the vehicle? Is anything starting
Physically, I feel like everything just kind of, for some reason, everything just kind of falls away from for me. Like the worries and the stress that I carry when I'm in the house or I'm going just to the house to work back and blah blah blah. That just sits on me so much, and I'm always constantly thinking, well, I want to be doing this and I want to be doing that, and something about when I'm headed for the highway, everything just falls away and I can think so much better. Like
you
this
do?
something automatically happens. I can think better and I can think through my problems. Like when I'm at home, I use journal more with that. But it just the words don't come to me.
It's
Let me
it's
get back to you in a second.
okay, no worries. I hear you breaking up. That's how I am. When I'm in my home base, I just think about everybody and every family member and everything they got going on. Whether it's good things happening, whether it's things I need to be concerned about happening, I'm just thinking about it. I wear the weight of what's going on in everybody else's life on my shoulders. I do. And it just wears me down. It tears me down. When I'm on the road, I do not think about what's going on. I lift people up. Some people call it praying. I give it to the universe, my higher being, and I think about them and I try to be there as much as I can long distance for my family or friends. But I do not carry the weight of what they're going through on my shoulders. And when I'm on the open road, it's just me and the open road. And some people say, and I used to be one of those people, I don't like long distance driving. But then I discovered that I don't like driving in traffic. I don't like traffic, but being a nomad, you choose the hours you want to drive. I choose how many hours I want to drive and the hours I want to drive. And I discovered that I love driving. It's a big challenge. I love it because I drive on my own terms. I want y'all to hear a little bit of Timothy. Let me see if I can play this. If y'all don't know, Timothy Ward, this person I have on screen, he is, I would say he's a nomad. Well, he is a nomad. Not I would say he's a nomad. He's a different kind. And then this video was 5 years ago, but Timothy is still on the internet. When I was introduced to Timothy, he was in this old raggedy, his old raggedy RV. I love Timothy. I call him the blackest white person on YouTube. No offense, I really do like him. He's so laid back and chill. And when I was introduced to him, he was in this old beat up. Do you know Timothy Ward?
Yes, I do. I've seen his videos. He's also a good friend of
Brace.
Allison of
The,
Snack Pack.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
I was capping on Timothy, but I like him. I said when I first was introduced to him, he was in this whole RV. I got my nerves. My van, the first van I had roll up windows. He kind of reminded me of my son. But anyway, and he was in this old RV, and I was just, he used to crack me up. But he's got a great just spirit about him, like a good personality, like he's upbeat. He don't he don't it's like he don't let nothing get him down. And I've seen him go through on the channel highs and lows. He's talked about some of his highs and lows. And but he can maintain his good spirit. Now he and so how his nomadic lifestyle used to be was that he worked at like in fancy towns like Vail, Colorado, and he would work in like a service job or a hospital. He worked in the hospitality industry, so that's how he was able to travel. He would take a Greyhound bus because at first he started in his RV, and then I think he had a van. I think Timothy had a van. Now I don't know if he got an apartment. I think he gets housing from the places that he works. I think that's how what he's doing. He's a good motivational speaker. His channel seems to be doing well. He cracks me up when I need a good laugh or some inspiration. I really do. I do. I liked him. I was gonna play some of his he's saying people ask what do you need to get started? And I was thinking about that. Like, is there an age when you are too old to be a nomad?
I think as long as you can move around, you are fine. Because I watch, so if you watch Van City Van Life, he has a friend of his that started out in an old van, and they kind of helped him build it. And then he has diabetes real bad, and I don't know that he wasn't maintaining it, but he ended up having double amputee surgery. So he went to go stay with his daughter for a while, and now they have renovated his van so that he is able to still do van life as a double amputee.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I also
So
have
no, there is no limit if you don't let there be a limit.
okay. I don't think so either. I was looking at this video and it was like over 60 and a nomad. And it kind of reminds me of why Bob Wells started. He said that after he got divorced and after he, overcame like his paying child support or spousal support, I think he had gotten remarried. And he said he was retired, but I think his wife was still working. He said every day he was just sitting in his rocking chair, just waiting to die. Like just because when you want to go and just see more and do more, I can't explain. But I know people even in this town. I was in this neighborhood in my town, and I forgot how beautiful this neighborhood was. And it's not even the neighborhood because it's like a lot of old houses, which they're charming old houses, but they on steep hills, and it overlooks the city. And I'm like, look at this in my backyard. Look at this town. This town. I'm always lost in the city I grew up in. But when I get lost, I find something beautiful. I never knew the town I lived in, my own city, has so
Yeah.
much, has so many places to travel and just like I'm blown away. It was like 100 degrees when I went to this neighborhood. I'm gonna make a video about it because I was overlooking the city like God, thank you. I mean, this neighborhood was so beautiful. Like I'm like, I'm gonna walk this neighborhood. I am going to explore. And I have been to this neighborhood. I grew up here, right? But that's what I would encourage people that joyride too. It's
Just
faith.
explore your own town. You'd be surprised at things that you find. Because that's where I am now. Like, where I am now, there's so much here. And I don't know a whole lot about South Carolina, which is where I'm based off now. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start finding some campgrounds and some places to hike just around here. You know what I'm saying? And that helps a lot when you just want to get out of the house and you just want to have like that moment.
It absolutely does. It absolutely
And
does. Your
that
own.
doesn't require you to, live in your vehicle, but car camp out of whatever you got. You know what I'm saying?
You want to, yeah, I agree, 100%. And wait a minute, I'm sorry. I was somebody's texting me. Um, I want my popsicles. But anyway, I agree. I want my popsicles. Look, I ordered room service 10 minutes ago. Did y'all hear me order popsicles? If this door don't open with somebody bringing me some popsicles, we're gonna have to
It's gonna
no.
be a fight tonight.
It's gonna be. I want my cornbread. You I'm still. You're right, but in your own backyard, sometimes that satisfy that urge or that the crave to get out. But people just, and if you want to, because some people the mobility is an issue. I was on a co-working. I was in my co-working group today, and my co-workers were sitting Indian style. Like I'm like, how the heck can y'all sit Indian style? Oh my god, oh my god! I swear it hurt so bad, and they wasn't even sitting Indian style. They were just sitting cross-legged, and I'm like, oh God, that hurts so bad. But I'm flexible because my bed is low in my van. And I was like, the reason why it's low, and people are like, well, I couldn't get up my knees. And I was like, oh, I still could drop it and get up. But I can't sit cross-legged. It hurts so bad. I be stretching too. And it's just like, oh, oh, I can't sit
It's
cross.
a not in the practice, even because I on one side of my body where I can't flatten out my legs. So, like, I've been trying to work it out as much as I possibly can so that I can,
Are you
be
stretching?
comfortable. No,
Are you stretching, Danette?
I try to.
I do my upper body, but what I noticed today when they were sitting cross-legged, that but I walk all the time, but it's still not getting you being like flexible. And I was just like, ow, how do y'all sit that way? That feels unfair. Ow. But so I discovered I need to stretch my bottom half. But I'm good with walking. I'll have mobility issues. I'm good with low beds. Like I love low bed. I don't like high beds. I'm good. Most of the stuff I'm good. So I think that if it ever came to that, but I was watching this American Nomads or something. It was people 60 and 70 years old. We traveled, Fia and I and our friend Donna. Was it Donna? I forget who he's with. But we traveled with a lady, Wanda. Hi, everyone. She was 70, was in better shape than she was in shape, and just she started in a mini camper van, and she's on Fia's videos, and she's on my channel as well. And on Fia's channel, she's calling her Miss Wanda, and I got a video too. And if I think about it, I always say this, I'll put it in the description, but then I forget about it. But if I think about it, I'll put the videos in the description. And she was 70 years old, did not look 70 years old, did not act 70 years old. Just a ball of energy. Everything we did, she did 10 times better. Like, I mean, everything we did. We were visiting parks, we were camping, we had campfire. We just, even helping me, and I had been in a van for maybe 3 or 4 years at this point, and she had just been in a van like a month. She gave up her condo in Florida, and she was telling me how to put up curtains and showing me little tricks of the trade for her, because her mini camper van. Oh, is what it do? No, let me put this on there. DG. So I don't know where she went. Let's see. Oh no, she's still in here, but she's got us on thing. So no, she used to do a lot. Like she has an SUV, but some SUVs are bigger than vans because my cousin has one. But anyway, she had an SUV, and Danette, what it do? She bought a car, like a car bed or something, and so that's how she. So she's not full time now. She just takes like weekend trips or just whatever. She's getting ready to go on a cruise, so she's kind of like nomadic, right? Well, no, she's not even nomadic anymore. She's booed up, bae. She's bayed up, but the bae and her, and she said this on the channel, so I ain't telling her business. They about to take a cruise, And then and then she still just travels. In fact, her and Fia, they're talking about coming up here, or we're talking about going to New Orleans or something. We definitely are going to all get together and do something. What that is, we don't know, but we definitely plan on doing. Yeah, we definitely plan on doing something within the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that. I even have a friend in Texas, a virtual friend, and I'm thinking about just going there. I don't know what I'm going to do. One day, I already started. So when I came back home in Ohio, I went to my storage and I started rearranging stuff, put stuff in storage. My room got all my stuff in it. I may give y'all a room tour one day. It won't be today because I started just making stuff, make a mess everywhere. But anyway, I'm getting my van back ready to travel. And what I mean by that is my cousin, she just bought me a bed and a bag. And we made a video about it. And hopefully it can get edited properly and I can share with y'all. And I don't want to surprise y'all and whatever, but if some of y'all remember, I had like a fold out chair in my bed, in my van, a fold out no bill van bill. So that bed, I wore the springs off that sucker. Y'all remember like back in the day when beds had like those springs in it and you could feel springs in your back? That's what I did. That bed, I slept so good in that bed. I wore that bed out. I threw it away in San Diego. I had a whole video that I made throwing that bed away. So then I didn't have a bed and I bought a dog bed, like roof, a dog bed in Walmart. Cause like some van dwellers do that when you don't have a bed. So I bought a dog bed and I was just using that dog bed. And again, I don't know what it is for me. But like my bed in this room here is high. I don't like high beds. I like low beds. And so maybe it's because of my back. I don't know. But so sleeping in this dog bed, I was fine. So maybe the 3 months. What type of bed setup? She's got a I think she bought it from Amazon. I think originally she might have made something like, I don't know what kind of bed she might have made, but I think she's back. Let me see if she's in here. Okay.
So I have a Japanese futon that I got from Amazon that I love so very much. And what I did is I also got a camping pad and it just kind of air.
Wait a minute. I think hold on one second. I was trying to remove one of your things. You got two of them in here.
Oh, I don't know what I had a connection issue. I don't know what's going
That's
on.
okay. It's not echoing. I'm just trying to go ahead. Tell them what kind of bed.
So I have the Japanese futon that I got from Amazon, but I also have a camp pad that I put under it just to kind of soften it up, because in my car the floor is really hard. So with those two together, I still get the firmness of being on the floor, but I also get the softness, for my hips and everything, because I am a side sleeper.
I am too.
So, and it is so comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you, whenever I do get to sleep on it on a hard surface, my back feels so much better than sleeping in a regular, just soft bed. My back hurts so bad all the time sleeping
That's
in
how
a soft
mine
bed.
is. That's how mine is. And she just got me like a trifle. I know what those Japanese beds are. They're cute. They're expensive too. The one, because I think what's the name had one, Anthony. You remember Anthony in the van?
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
cute. She
they
got
are. Because they come in like all these designs. Like most of them, I don't even know if you can get them plain, but I mean, of course, you can rebuy like a cover or whatever, because it's kind of like the Swedish technique. So you know how they don't use sheets
oh
in Sweden or Europe, I guess. They use the duvets. And
oh
so
I
rather than the regular comforter, you don't use a sheet
mm.
like the top sheet. You just have a bottom sheet, and then that way you can take the day cover off and wash it rather than having an extra sheet or whatever.
Also, you can watch the cover because I was like, I don't want like my hair and stuff on the sweat. You know what I mean? Like that's why we have sheets. But you're
Take the
saying,
cover off
oh,
um and just wash it. but I will usually put a sheet over that.
One, I'm gonna take one of them off stage. Let's see. I don't know which one to remove because can you hear that?
Here,
Okay,
I'm on
good.
camera now.
I got you. I put the other one off so because it had echoed. She was saying awesome.
Is it better now?
Yes, perfect. So what you were saying about your bed?
So I will usually just take the cover off of that because there's a cover on that, and then I use the regular sheet as well on that.
Okay, with that. Okay, that's what I thought about getting, but I looked at the prices and those things were pricey, and I saw people using dog beds. So I'm like, I'm buying $50 dog bed, and I'm like you, I'm a curl up sleeper, so it didn't. It don't bother me. I don't know why. And when it start, if it ever do bother me, like my sleeping, then I'll do something different. I've been saving for those who don't know for a box truck. And so that's what I've been kind of looking at. I do Fia brought up a good point the other day is that what about windows? Because I do like windows. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I ain't never seen one. But anyway, that's what I've been saving for. And it could be it could be just another van, but I'm definitely doing something different because I have outgrown my minivan. But I tell y'all this, if I was a person, just say I wasn't houseless and zipcodeless and I just had a fixed place, I would still keep an SUV or a minivan just to get on the road. You might want to go see a friend or just whatever. Y'all might want to take a trip or whatever. And it's just the best thing to save on accommodations. I can remember going to conferences, paying a lot of money for the conferences, paying a lot of money for my flight, paying a lot of money for a hotel that I was never at because we were at the conference all day. And this was a screenwriting conference. And then at night we was hanging out. So I'm like, what is the purpose? And I asked, this is off topic, but I asked one of my friends, it was a guy friend, and we always would go every year. And we weren't romantic. It wasn't not like that. But anyway, I was like, we should. He was married though now. This might be too much information. But I asked him, I was like, why are we both paying for a room? We hang out all day long. We just hang out just the whole and it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. He was like, no, but I was like, we should get a room together. Like I know that was kind of crazy, but anyway, because I was like, it's pointless. And I'm not talking about like this was in downtown Los Angeles, so I'm not talking about $100 room. I'm talking about between $200 and $400 is how much the room costs. But anyway, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But it was ridiculous, and I was like, back then, if I had a van, I would have camped in the van. I really would have. I would not have paid for accommodations. I would have saved my money for the hotel. But anyway, so that's what I like about it. I think people should have a something to just jet and go somewhere. Even if you went like Dinesh just coming back from the family reunion. Even if you went to the family reunion, you at somebody's house and it's too cold or it's too loud or just the kids, it's just something that you be like, I'm about to get me a. You ain't even got to spend the
I
money.
just go get in my personal space.
Just go get in your personal space because people's houses is always cold. Everywhere I go, I'm freezing. I swear. I'm like, I'm so cold. They got a dog. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go get in my van. Or I was at a person's house the other night and it was so late. And now they got a big driveway. And I was like, I should just, they was like, you can come in and get a bed. And I'm like, I don't want a bed, but I might just sleep in your driveway because it's so late to drive and I can't see to drive at night. So it's just so cool to just, that's what I love about being nomadic. Your home is where you at. I'm always
Yes,
like you
you
said,
always have everything that you need. You not worried about, I gotta get this, I gotta get that.
you ain't got to wear it the next day. You don't have to, if you have somewhere to go, you're like, oh, I'll go there today. I'm home. I don't have to leave here. I don't have to leave this town. I don't have to go. We get through doing something like going to a park or something. Everybody's like, I got to drive 50 miles back. I'm like, okay, well, I'll see you then. No, I'm just kidding. I go to sleep wherever. Of course, wherever that's safe, though, or wherever that's safe that I perceive as being safe.
Right.
So the family reunion was good.
Family reunion was good. I enjoyed seeing. I more enjoyed seeing, my aunt and my grandmother.
Uh huh.
Um,
Your
but it
sister.
was a good experience. I actually learned a lot about my own family that I didn't know.
Oh, well, that's cool, especially considering this Juneteenth weekend. So you learned a lot about family history.
Yes,
Okay. Oh, that was nice. Good food.
it was decent food.
Uh-oh. See, that's my problem. I got to At a family reunion, it is a must that the food is good. Tell them, you know, the aunties and stuff, they didn't got too old to cook. They still think they can cook though. And you be
So
like,
I think they had it catered. I think if the aunties would have cooked, it would have been a whole lot better. But I think they had it catered.
they had a what now?
I think they had it catered.
Oh, and the caterer was it warm? Oh, but you know how people they don't want to cook no more then. People
I
be
mean, I can understand that. I don't fault them for that.
but it wasn't like what you want. You remember them family reunion where you get up with a piece of rib in your mouth, like, uh, uh. That's what kind of the macaroni, the burnt hot dogs.
Yes, you'd be like, "Oh, who cooked this? Something to come to your house."
Mm. Yeah, that's what you get up. A good piece of rib. I know. That's what you get up with, you know. That's what I'm used to at a family reunion. The good stuff. Mm-mm. But that's why if I had went to a family reunion, I would now cars the I think about that in every way. In every way. I'm so thankful every single day for my van because it's like, oh, I'm gonna go get in my van. It's too cold. Oh, I'm gonna go get in my van. Oh, it's too noisy. Oh, they in here. Oh, y'all arguing? Okay, I'm gonna be in my van. Oh, that's my go-to. I love it. I really do. And again, those days we can do a whole video on thousands of things that go wrong because it does. Because I was telling them, I don't know if you were on here, but when I was looking at videos for Chiang Mai, I was thinking I was going to Chiang Mai, and I was looking at all the beautiful young people, and I was like, oh, I'm going there. Then I met this big chunky guy, and he was like, oh, let me tell you what's really going on in Chiang. And I was like, you my kind of guy. And I had to know, so I didn't want to make it like it's, oh, and I think when you're a certain age anyway, when people can sell you the world. It's like we don't have any reason to sell them this lifestyle because we don't gain anything from it except trying to pay it forward and hope you can experience what we have experienced. But people can tell you anything or tell you anything, and you absolutely have to experience. But if you grew up, not even grew up camping, but if you grew up like a wanderer or like a free spirit, and you always just wanted to like just do different stuff and
Yeah,
travel.
I wonder about this place. I wonder about that place. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Go find out. You know,
Yeah.
it's an opportunity to be able to go find out on your own terms.
So get it if you can. That's what I did. I was still in Six and Bricks, and I was driving past a car dealership, a new car dealership, and in the back, you know how the back they have all those the old cars, and I found this
Hmm.
van, and it was like $1,700, and that was my first van on this channel, and it had roll up windows, and I really wasn't living in it then, but them windows, you wouldn't think it only had 80,000 miles, and it was a good van, but them roll up windows, I used to be like, you know how you order something, you be like, hold on. And you roll and you rolled up the window, but that was a good van. But so that's the van I started. I was like, let me see how this gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna work or whatever. But I always thought it would for me. I just thought I know me, and I don't have no like bougie. I mean, I don't like nice stuff, but I am just simple. My simple life, and so I knew that it would work for me. I knew it would. And I'm OCD, super clean. So I knew that it would be important to me to take showers and to clean myself up. So I knew that.
Hmm.
Other than that, I knew it would work for me. But as I started back to travel, I got this little cooking stove, and I'm looking forward to playing around with it because I did not enjoy eating out for 10 months. My health did not enjoy eating out at restaurants for 10 months. So even though my one friend had a good thing, she said go to markets, like in little markets and buy little, like little, what do you call it? One of those markets. They're not Asian
Like
markets,
like the flea market.
not the flea market, but the food, like a what's the thing? Here we have something called Finlay Market, but just like food market, like little stores that where they have cuisines. I can't. That's a shame. My brain. Um, Anyway, little stores that sell specialty foods. Like you may go to an Asian market or African market or it ain't called that though. I can't think of what they. just markets, food markets. I don't know, like what else? Markets where you go buy fresh fruit and I don't
Oh,
even.
farmers market.
Yeah, something like that. She was telling me to go there and in the towns and to find like little stores that sell I would get a better selection of just as opposed to just eating out. I guess I did a lot of like eating out. And really what I would do, I would go to a grocery store where they sell like baked chicken or macaroni salad and summer soft flour, just that kind of thing. And I would do that a lot. And it was just like I don't ever want to see eating out again when I get back here. And so next time when I'm on the road, I want to make sure that I'm able to, or not able to. I have a stove, but I just didn't want to use butane and all the mess of taking out all your food, and I ain't feel like fooling with it. But next time I am going to you working tomorrow. Don't forget we on tomorrow, Jeanette. I know you won't because you're very responsible. But I just want to say thank you to everyone, and especially What It Do, DG, for coming on here and hanging out with us. I wanted to talk tonight, and I was like, "Who gonna come on and talk?" Oh, somebody come. And now I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of sleepy, so I'm gonna call it a night. But I really thank y'all. Please check out What It Do, Jeanette. She is a far better editor than I am, and she's got a good storyline.
Hey, Frankie.
Huh?
Patty's got a question for you in a comment.
Sure. Thank you for showing me that on the road. Is difficult. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a good question. Um, so my bed that I just got rid of was like we all remember sofa beds, and it was a fold out bed. So now my storage system is I had to tell myself you don't need clutter. So all I have in there is this bed in a bag, right? Just a bed in a bag. Then I have like you know how like you put, I guess they used to call them cedar chest in front of your real bed like in your house. You got a cedar chest, a chest that opens with your stuff in it, but it's not a cedar chest. It's just a box that opens, right? And so in that, I got a lot of containers, like little small containers where I keep things like earrings and eyeglasses and medicine and fans and um little stove. So this little cedar chest, but it's not a cedar chest. It's something I bought at Walmart for like $60. And it opens up. And it's about the size of, I'm trying to think, like a toy box, but it's skinny. So it fits perfectly in my van. So in my van, I have my back seats. Then I have this little cedar chest that's skinny and tall, and it fits all of my containers with, toothpaste, toothbrush, just the miscellaneous stuff, right? And then I have that bed in the box, and that's it. The cedar chest and the bed in the back box. I don't need nothing else. Then in my front seat, and that's just for now, I have a cooler. I have the cooler. And in my back trunk is huge. And so I usually keep like a little, a gym bag or something like that. And really, I just got stuff that I never look at and never use. So it's really ridiculous. And I keep telling myself, why, when you take stuff out of this van, do you feel the need to bring everything? And I got a topper now too. So basically, I think it depends on how you use the van. So if you're going to live full time in the van, it depends on if you're living full time in your city or however you're going to do it. But if not, you do not have to carry around your life. And I have a storage, and I pay, it just went up to $70. It was $65. And it's like the size of a big closet. And what I'm gonna do is even put a clothing rack, because just my clothes, I have them in these big, those airtight bags or whatever. But half the clothes, I took like literally one of those big bags so I have like just one bag of clothing, like it's taller than me, and that's it. Then I have some shoes in a crate. I have like my books. I did not want to get rid of my good African books, but I'm thinking now some of them gotta go. And that's really it. I got a desk, and I got an antique picnic basket and a couple of antique pictures and a bale full of pictures. So my answer is you only need a bed, I don't need anything under my bed because everything I need that would be under my bed is in my chest. It's like just think of like a toy box or something that opens up and it fits everything in there. Then my clothes, I got a zip up pillowcase, right? I have two of them, but one of the zip up pillowcases, I keep my sleep clothes. So like a sweatshirt, a hoodie, pajama pants, socks, hat for my head, and that's just in, so that's my sleep bag. And then the other pillowcase, I keep like throw on clothes. And in the summer is really easy because I just roll up a million tank tops, underwear, and same basically the same shorts or whatever I wear. I just it's and so I feel like you don't need. And I feel like I'm not one of those kind of people that is like a pack rat. I cannot stand that, and I've done that with my van, and I still have to train myself. Frankie, why do you need all of this? You don't. I've had that talk with myself, and you don't. You really, and then okay, and then for my bathroom system, I used to have a 5 gallon bucket, which I only really where do I used to have a 5 gallon bucket, but then I have this foldable toilet seat, and it's like a toilet. It could fit a 500, 400 pound person on it, and you put a bag in it, and that's it. And then you throw away the bag, and you Lysol and clean this toilet like you would at home, and you fold it back up, and that fold up toilet goes behind my little cedar chest. So that's for the bathroom. Then I have a collapsible in a trunk. I have a collapsible wash bin. And I really should have two because one is for if you want to fully give yourself a bath, and then the other one like to wash dishes or whatever. But I don't carry all that stuff. I don't feel like you need it. I just don't. What about your setup, Danette?
So when I was doing full time, I have a Molly system in the back of one of my chairs,
What's it
and
called?
I would
A
say that
Molly?
again.
What do
Yeah.
you?
So if you've seen like those military systems where they can like put different packs on like this whole little like on the backpacks, or they have some on the back of the chairs and stuff like. So I have one on the back of one of my seats, and that's where I like put my first aid. And at the time, I would keep like my craft stuff, like just stuff that I want to do for fun when I'm just kind of if I get stuck in there or something.
Mhm.
And then so as far as my kitchen system, I have my fridge, I had my propane stove, 2 burner, and then under in my undercarriage, I have extra storage, and that's where I kept all of my food, like as a pantry. And it
Okay.
actually, I have it sectioned off. It came sectioned off naturally in 3 different sections, and so like gym stuff, so that I could work out at the park or whatever. Just different things that I had. I kept under there, and then there's another little compartment that I keep recovery stuff. I have a flat tire, and I can, you know, get to that easy and all that stuff. And if I need to jump myself or whatever. And then as far as my clothes go, I have them all in, and I can tell you as a matter of fact.
What is
And
it?
I still keep my clothes in like little packing cubes or whatever.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them as well, and then I put them in one bag. So like separate undies, bras, and when I have socks, I'll do that. And again, I have to keep reminding myself that even with the clothes, when you go somewhere, like okay, so when I was out of town, you might do something like I don't know, go to a movie or something where you kind of just want to be a little bit more than tank top and rap, whatever. And so if I was going somewhere, like say a friend invited me somewhere, just I don't know, where you want to put on a nice shirt and your jeans, I would have that. And if I didn't have a nice shirt, which I have nice shirts with me, I would just go to like a store. Like I mean, even if you went to Kohl's or a thrift store, I don't believe in carrying all that stuff. You can have 100 tank tops if you don't wear tank. I'm not one that always show my arms, but I'll have those little shirts with the V in it, just real thin shirts. You can roll them up, or t-shirts. Now I'm starting to cut out my t-shirts and let them hang off your shoulder, and so I just have a lot of that. I love that look, don't you? Today I'm like, I'm not buying no new clothes. I'm cutting out my t-shirt and have them hang off my shoulder and be
Girl,
sexy.
I buy brand new t-shirts and cut them up anyway.
I know, because I was gonna buy some, dude, and I was like, all these t-shirts you got in here, and I've just been cutting my t-shirts for that sexy look. And so that's the only stuff I wear. And then your bottoms, you really just wear, like if it's cold, I got these like military cargo pants that I wear like in fall or whatever like that. I got a pair of jeans, like, nice jeans, if you want to call them nice jeans, to wear in case I'm somewhere, and then I always have some type of nice shirt in case I'm, somewhere and you're going somewhere. But generally I'm at parks every day, so I have to have park type of wear. And if it ever did come down, I do meet people on the road and they do invite me, and on occasion I will do something. And if it ever came to, and I keep a couple of dresses too, just like thin, just in case
Mhm.
I get invited somewhere or something like that. But other than that, clothes is really it's like the least of my problems, like the clothes. And then kitchenware, like I have a butane stove. I've never used it on the road. I used it at campgrounds a couple of times, but I've never used it. And then like my dishes, I do travel with a lot of little dishes, but I buy them at Walmart. Like, how they see those two for, I don't even want to tell the name. I don't want to say that store name, but anyway, you can get like little cheaps, stuff that once you use it a couple of times, you can even go to Dollar Tree. Once you use that stuff 1 or 2 times, and I keep 3 bottles: a bottle of vinegar that you spray, a bottle of alcohol, and a bottle of water. And I find that those 3 things with a little bitty bowl is good for your fruit. So, like if you have an apple, a peach, or just something, you just spray vinegar on it. Put a little water in it and turn it around, let it get really clean. And that's how I do my fruit. If I buy a bag of salad, I dump it, I eat it all that day. So I really don't. And then for his food, I'm glad you have a fridge. I never bought a fridge. I never did. I never. And I know I have a friend who has a mini camper van, and I have a couple of friends. They have everybody. Matter of fact, all my friends that got mini camper vans got fridges, and I never just what I do is I have those what do you call them 72-hour containers, canteens or
Mhm.
whatever, and they do keep your ice for 72 hours. They absolutely do keep, and I have 2 of them. So one of them I may fill with hot water. Now it doesn't keep your hot water maybe 24 hours or 12 hours. That's how it keeps your hot water. And so for that would be for if I have tea, or I can't even imagine what I would use the hot water for. In the cold, I use the hot water. But then I have subscription services. Well, I did have one. We'll talk about Panera because I'm so mad at Panera. But well, I'll leave that alone. Take the words back. So I would just go there and get hot water for my oatmeal. That's how I did in the morning. Like I buy a yogurt and a piece of fruit or some oatmeal like that. I don't eat bad to nighttime. Like in the daytime and at lunch, I can stay pretty decent. Then nighttime is all deals are over. It's over because I just like to snack at night. But in the daytime, I'm cool. So I never did use my stove. And then I travel. When I started my 10-month journey, I was traveling with a friend, and she had a fridge and stove, and she was one who liked to cook. We would pull over at a pilot or a park, and she would whip out her butane stove, or no, her propane stove and her fridge, and we would go to stores, we would buy food, and we had fried fish. We was at this campground, and then people were looking at us like, "Ow, what is that?" We was like,
Okay.
"Fish, fried fish." It was we fried some fish at a park at a campground. We like fried some fish. We got out. And so I never did. Um, like I just didn't cook. She would cook. So I'll be like, here, what you cooking? Here, just take some money, wherever we buy, whatever you cooking, I'm eating. And I would clean up and just go in on the food. So that's how I ate, like homemade food, if you want to call it that. So, but I force my butane, so I keep it with me just because, but I never used it except at a campground, maybe once or twice at a campground. And then generally the people Fia, like when I travel with Fia got an air fryer. She don't cook either, so I ain't gonna say she got. She do use her refrigerator, so I put like my Diet Cokes and water in her refrigerator. Or if I'm not with Fia, that big thing, my big container that holds ice for 48 hours, I just use it and pour that and that, just use it. And then I'll have like my waters. Um, I was buying like gallons of water. I keep them in the front seat for like 50 cents. That Primo water, which I find to be good, and I would
Mhm.
keep those in the front seat. And then I go about day by day basis. I don't feel like I gotta like have my whole life. Like I know some people who will go out to BLM land, so they want to have 20 gallons of water and this, and I don't gotta have all that. I'm in the city, so it's like why I'm gonna carry around 50 gallons of water, 10 tons of clothes. No, all this stuff can go in my storage or in my room here. I don't want to carry my life. But now, if it's a situation where you live in a van because that's just what it is, and you don't have no family or you can't afford the storage or whatever, I would get rid of everything you cannot that you can seriously part with. I would get rid of it. I would get rid of it. I don't own one piece of clothing now that I wouldn't shred. I don't. Everything I would get rid of. I just would, and just start over. So that's my answer. I try not to be the clutter bug. I don't want to be clutter. I don't have a lot. Some people have really nice setups. I've seen really, they do really nice things with their minivan. And for me, a cedar chest, a bed, and a pot, a cot. My cot is my bed, a pot, a cot, and that's it. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else. And for his decorations and stuff, yeah. But I'll decorate too. I wish I could find one of my videos. If y'all ain't seen my videos, I'll be decorate. I used to decorate my little bed. I made it up every single day, and I kept, hey, life her way. You can come up if you want to. She never. Are you off? What's the day? It's 10 o'clock. It's kind of late. You want to come up? I always put the link. If you want to come up, I'm gonna drop the link. Wait a minute. Let's see. I always forget. My brain is invite. Okay, there you go. Copy. Anybody want to come up? Come up, Vita. Come up. Hope it went up. There's the link. And we just talking about living in a city. No, and then BLM, like that's what we see. And so when we see YouTube, um we think it's only that's how we I at least I thought when I seen Bob Will, I was like, okay, we all moved to this community on this land. And then I was like, I am not that kind of van dweller. You know, I loved it when I was on BLM land. I thought it was like a ranch. It looked so beautiful. On the video, I used to think, I don't want to live on BLM land, but it's different. It's hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
love.
Rita's here. Hello, life her way.
Hey, love. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You're on stage.
Girl, I'm looking a hot mess, but when you invited, I said, I'll
Well,
come on down.
thank you for coming up. We're just us. The queen is
Oh,
on stage. I know. I'll take my video off. Let's see. I'll take mine. I look a mess too.
Listen,
thank
you can't
you.
be
I was
more of a
about to
mess
say, am
than
I the
9
only
hours on
one?
the road.
Say that
No.
again.
You can't be more of a mess than being after 9 hours on the road.
I can't
What's it? We
understand you.
can't.
You got muffled.
I know.
Can you hear me
I
for
don't
better
know
now?
what's going on.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
I said, you
Like,
can't be more of a mess than after the 9 hours on the road. I am the mess here.
She just got back from a family reunion.
awesome. Awesome.
Family reunion.
Can sing too. Look, you know that's why you can tell they can sing. Oh,
I've
so
been singing all weekend.
have you? I know you said booked and busy. I was like,
Oh my
it ain't
God.
that wrong. Booked and busy paid bills. Hey,
Yes, yes.
booked
We
and
we
busy.
got we were
She's a
paid.
singer too. She's a You're what you can tell us. I ain't gotta talk for y'all if
Who's
you
a
want
singer?
to.
Oh,
You.
You in a band. You in two
yes, I
pieces.
am. Yes, I am. I don't sound like Barry White today because I've been
Okay,
sounding like Barry White for
okay.
sure.
But you can sing. I done heard you sing before.
Thank you. I'm trying to make sure y'all don't see all this mess in the background because it's a mess.
That's why mine. I was telling them my room. I would give y'all a tour.
No, it is what it is. I
I
mean, at
don't
this
need to
point.
see no. I can't see no. Maybe it's me. I can't see no.
Well, I mean, I normally have clothes hanging up behind, like that stuff for shows and all that stuff.
You are a singer. You booked and busy. She's booked and I seen the title of your latest video. I ain't watching it. Like if you've been
Girl.
in a relationship for some, what you say is
Well,
if you
it's how to begin again. That's what I've been doing all day, shooting the video and editing it. So it's finally up on YouTube. But it is about how do you begin again after basically saying adieu to a long-term relationship. And that could mean, it could mean that you decided to leave, they decided to leave, divorce. It could be the death of your partner. So it's 10 different ways on how to begin again. And
I'm
the
trying
very
to find
first
your
one,
channel.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find your channel to pull it
Oh,
up.
okay. Thank you.
Oh, I think I found it. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, go ahead. Wait a second.
And then the first one is just, I'm talking about self reflection on how I literally had to just do some self inventory on what role did I play, what things did I just not speak on, and just what did I do to
Make it go wrong or
south
slow?
and, to not aid in it surviving. I had to come to grips with, yeah, you played a role as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I haven't been in a relationship in a minute. Life her way, and then it's LL. Wait a minute. It ain't
Life her way is one word.
okay. Wait a second. And it's usually in my. It's on my timeline, so I'm just looking for it. Y'all can keep talking. Okay.
Oh.
I found. I found it. Hold on. I'm gonna put. Okay. 1 second.
But I've been gigging all weekend and I'm just glad to be at home today. I had all these things that I was going to do. I was going to clean up. I was going to put away all the food that I went and got because I like to wash my meat and then repackage it.
Okay.
I've done nothing.
Well, it's like, but listen, when you booked and busy, and even if you're not, I've been wait a minute, I kind of find y'all. I am not an expert at
And
this.
listen, such is life, and that's the way it happens. Like sometimes.
You be
Yes,
busy living. There you go.
absolutely.
There's her channel, Life Her Way with Vita. Don't put the next channel
I don't
too.
want to deter from whatever you guys
Oh
were
no,
talking
we were
about.
so all not all. We were, and it was kind of just going on and on. So I was just talking about being a nomad, just not having a fixed place to live, and why I'm still happy being a nomad. And I was saying that I always talk about that because that's the lifestyle I live, but I don't ever think it's this way or that way or this way is so great. I just said that I might have 155 crappy days, but the one day that's beautiful is beautiful. That's all we was talking about. It's just and recognizing. That's why I always say take your joy route because I recognize that my life, like I know you put in the comments, you were like, "Well, I'm booked and busy," and I was like, "I don't want to be booked and busy,"
I
but I
know,
was
I know.
yeah, I was like, "I don't want to be booked and busy," but money, honey, when you book. Money talks and everything else completely walks. So I was just saying that I don't think it's like, oh, this is the way and that's not the way. I'm gonna find the next show. No, I think whatever floats your boat and whatever you do. And at times we just are booked and busy. I might be booked and busy for 10 weeks so that I can go play for you know what I mean? So I totally get that. I'm gonna put what it do, DG. So I guess so we weren't you ain't hijacking, we just kind of free flowing what it do.
Yeah, because y'all just going to not be on the camera. I don't even have a picture.
Now we was on a picture. We've been on there. I just what I discovered. I discovered that when I'm talking and when I'm on like I'm looking now, I'm pulling up Danette's channel, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I discovered when I'm pulling up when I'm doing it look like we on camera, so we supposed to be looking at the wait
You
a minute,
can't
where
pay
you
attention and do both
yeah,
that
and
other
people think
thing.
like, what is she doing? She not even paying attention. That's rude to be looking down. But no, I'm trying to find y'all now. So find my StreamYard. Okay, here's StreamYard. And here is what it do, DG. So I think the commonalities is like, first of all, I love others' channels. I love
Absolutely.
watching y'all channel and helping in
Absolutely.
any way I can, even though I ain't got no channel. My channel is just like a flower. It's just wilted away. Just wilted on away. But when I hooked up with Fia and Danette, I'm enjoying like going live again and just talking and whatever. Have you ever thought about going live or have you went live, Vita?
Never. I accidentally went live when I burned down my she shed. Um, yeah, that's another story. But it was an accident and it wasn't on YouTube, it was on Facebook.
Oh,
I thought I was
okay.
FaceTiming my ex.
Okay.
And I was so nervous that I was burning down the she shed. And
Oh,
I burned it on purpose, but my hose didn't reach after my neighbor told me to check it.
you didn't burn down your she
Baby,
shed?
I burned that she shed down. And
Oh,
he told me to make sure I checked the hose to see if it was gonna reach. And I was like, oh, it's gonna reach. And it didn't reach.
so you actually burned down a she shed like
I,
a
I burned down the she shed. And I was
oh
so nervous. I called my ex and I thought that I was showing him, like I was talking to him at one point, and then I was still not very familiar with my camera, with my phone. So I
oh
turned my camera all the way around. Like I didn't even know how to push it to go the opposite direction. So I
oh
just turned the camera all the way around and I was like, look at what I'm doing. And then I didn't hear anything. Like there was no
it went
no
poof.
conversation. So I turned it back around and Lord, I was FaceTime. I was live on Facebook.
You didn't burn your she shed. It should have got
So
viral.
so people were watching my she shed burn live on Facebook.
Oh boy, did you have insurance for your she
Oh,
shed?
I didn't get in trouble. Like I did it
Oh,
on purpose. I was afraid that I was gonna get fined by the fire
oh,
department.
oh, okay. I'm thinking like, oh, okay. I think well, you
Yeah.
should go live on YouTube and talk about. So tell them how your beginning story. You used to have a van. Tell them that little quickly what you got it for. I think because you were in your office or it was closer to your office or something.
My van, yes.
Yes.
I got it because I was traveling an hour and a half one way to work.
Okay.
And I was sharing with my staff members that, it's just, I'm tired, and I still teach. And so I would teach one night a week during the school year and then two nights a week during the summer. So I would just stay at my job and do my online classes. So sometimes I wouldn't get home till 10 o'clock or later
Mm, mm, mm.
because, I would not, it wasn't beneficial for me to get on the road when I knew I
Okay.
had to teach.
Okay.
So I would just stay at the job and get online there. So
And
one
then
of
you
my
had to turn around and go back.
go back to work, be at work at 8 o'clock. So my regular hours were 8 to 5 or eight
Mm,
to four, I think it
mm,
was
mm,
something like
mm.
that, 8 to 4. And my class started at 6.
Oh
So
wow.
I just stayed at work.
Okay. So that's
And
why
Mm.
the van.
so I got the van from one of my staff members. His father had passed years ago, and it just sat in his mother's garage. And
Okay.
finally, he was like, "Vita, my mom said she would sell you the van because
Okay.
of what you want it for."
Mm.
And so I got it for $750.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow. I was telling people, I think it's still whether you are whatever kind of nomad you are or have been, I think I would keep it even if I ever went back to a traditional house, which I wouldn't, but if I did, I would keep a van locked and loaded anyway. I just would with an overnight bag because it's like when you like even your gigs, when you go do these band things, I would be so tired when I got off, I'd be like, I'm home. Bye y'all.
you know what? And I really thought about it the last time we did a gig at a casino. I thought
Mm-hmm.
about you all. I was like,
I was
I bet you they would sleep right here in this parking lot.
so would
I sure would.
and I had some of the casino
I
and
I have slept at the casino and it was nice actually.
I
It was.
plenty on the road, but then one time I was in my hometown and we were at the casino late, and I'm like, you know what? I am home. And one time my niece had a party somewhere, someplace I can't even remember. She's 30, and I was just like so exhausted. And she had gotten a hotel room. She's like, Auntie, come up. I was like, I'm fine. And then I just went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure did. I sure did. Yeah. It was an open, wherever the place was, it was a safe little quaint, whatever. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, just to keep it, even if you don't live that lifestyle, which I was telling them, I'm in my winter room where I've been since December, but I still, when I'm on the road, it saves on accommodations. And I
Yeah,
think
I,
I
I
will
wish.
here.
I wish I still had the van, but unfortunately, the SUV that I had, we later found out would have qualified for the lemon law, but
Oh,
because yeah, it would have, but because of COVID
mm-hmm.
and how I found out, it was out of the time frame. So if
Oh,
I had continued to drive when COVID hit, it probably would have broken down and it would have
oh,
qualified for the lemon law.
oh, okay. I was
But
wondering.
because it sat for
Okay.
almost a year and a half because I worked from home.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it has
And
set.
so it sat, yeah. And
Okay.
so I ended up having to use that van because I was upside down on my vehicle. and
Oh,
that van had to put, money on why, on the upside down amount that I was still owing. So
okay.
I had to give up my van, and it hurt my feelings.
I know, because I would say this, even whatever I went back to, I would always want a vehicle with a bag in it, just
Me
because
too.
you get on the road, or just like you said, even especially doing the band gigs, that's like perfect. Even though
Mhm.
different towns, I would be so tired and sleepy, my feet be hurting.
Yeah,
I-
because where we have our residency is an hour from me, and I'm
oh,
right now. I'm in a Volkswagen.
okay.
It's a SUV, and I love it. Um, I've not even thought about trying to,
Jeanette
pimp
has
it
an
out.
SUV, with a Japanese bit. Tell her about your SUV, Jeanette.
So I'm in a Hyundai Santa Fe, and I can just throw my Japanese futon in the back. And what I used to do is, because it folds and unfolds, I would fold it up during the day when I'm driving around, and then just unfold it and let the back sit down whenever I was ready to lay down somewhere.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah. So just
Yeah,
but I ain't saying, like we was talking about earlier too. It's not for every, it ain't. But
no, it's
it's
definitely not for the scary.
It's not. It's not. It's not for the scare. I knew right away. I was like, because I was going to Chiang Mai, and then I was like, oh no, I ain't going to Chiang Mai. I knew right away I could do it, but it's different. It's just a
Mhm,
different lifestyle, and it ain't for everybody. I think what I enjoy most is the traveling from it, and that I don't have to pay for accommodations. But like I was telling them, if I had a boatload of money, I would have some land somewhere, of course, and
mhm,
I would have a tiny home on the land
mhm,
with a lot of outdoor structures and a
mhm.
water spread, a lake, and some different things like that. And then I would just have a fixed place. But it's not for the no, it's not for the faint at heart. It sure ain't.
No,
No way.
not at
No,
all.
it ain't for the faint at heart. You be like, once you get used to it, I ain't house trained no more. I told my cousin, like,
Hmm.
look, I was like, this right here, this ain't
Well,
gonna work. This
well,
right here. I am not house trained. I need
wow.
I
My
am
my
not.
my biggest concern always was bathroom, the toileting part. So I would always hang out at the local Planet Fitness because that's where I had my membership so that I could shower in the morning.
Mhm.
And so my staff members would be like, I'm just going to take my vehicle and I'll put it to the side. And if you just decide to come, there's space, So
Okay.
I was always parked in a coworker or staff member's um, I would just say parking area.
Okay. And
Uh, every now and then I would stay at Planet Fitness. Like if I kind of felt sick, or well, not sick, but like felt like you might be using the bathroom a lot tonight.
mm-hmm.
So, I didn't want to drive into somebody's neighborhood and have to drive back out
Because you
because,
had you didn't have a like a I don't want to get too graphic, but I used to think that would be, hey, Miss Tama. I thought my biggest thing would be about the van life would be the bathroom. I thought like I could never. I knew I could pee in the van for like, but
yeah.
I thought I was like it ain't gonna happen. So I bought this. It's like a foldable toilet, and now when I go in bathrooms, I'm so grossed out. Like
Hmm.
even at a park, and I'm just like the van bathroom. I'm so thankful to have my own bathroom in my van now. At first, it was not. It was like, Lord, this is going to be the part that I'm not. I didn't even think I could take public showers, and then I found public Planet Fitness showers. The perception of clean, because you don't know, they look, a lot of them have been cleaner than some people's bathrooms I've seen. So
Hmm.
I got over that part real quick. I thought the hardest thing for me would be taking public showers and using a public bathroom, because the condition, you go in the bathroom, you never know what you're gonna see.
That's
And
true.
so, but that I got over that quick. And then scary, I ain't never been. I always park where I didn't feel scary, so like a Planet Fitness. And then on the days where it's too hot or too cold, I would get a campground or a hotel. And I think that's the reason why you sacrifice, not, if you want to call it a sacrifice, or you save your money, because if it's a day where you might not even feel good. I didn't feel good. I was in the hotel for 9 days. I just was tired. My body was tired. I needed to rest. And that's when you got to come about that wallet. You
Exactly.
20 days on the road, and you're like, I'm only gonna do 3 days. And then you just kept going and going and going. Hey man, I put it up there. Oh yeah, okay. That's my hang up to the bathroom and you take so for me, I you Planet Fitness is where you take your showers. I even had this when we were on BLM land. I had this collapsible like bathtub, and now people have shown it before. If you look at some of these van channels, and it's a whole sink, it's a whole sink, it's a whole baby, and it got the even a screw to let the water out and stuff. And so for me, I'm OCD. I am cleanliness is like I love being clean. Like, and some people are just like, oh, I don't care. I've been out camping with people and there's no shade on them. But they're like, oh, I'm good. I'm like, but we need to go to the shower. But they be like, oh, I'm good. But for me, no, that's not my. I am too OCD to not like get it together. So, and I've even had people tell me on my channel, like, you look so neat, and I'm like people in vans, like we don't look neat. They be telling me like, oh, you look so clean. I've had people tell me that but I was telling them that for until I was on the road this past 10 months, I lived like I'm in my winter room. I just, I don't know, but I live somewhere. People are like, you look so clean. I'm like, well, thank you. I am clean.
Exactly. What did you expect?
I know they think that people are just, I mean, some, because like I was talking about like the older population that you see, everybody, we came to this lifestyle from Bob Wells, and you see a lot of people on BLM land, and you just think like, oh, it's like hippie, it's like, oh, we
Exactly.
love and hippie, and no, and then that's not the type of lifestyle. Like, you don't, your van lifestyle, like your real lifestyle, is what you are. It's not like we think because we've seen all these videos. Oh, this is where it has to be. I have to eat a can of beans. No, I'll be at restaurants sometimes. I didn't even want to show it on my channel because I think people think, oh, you're just there with some beans and stuff. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, if I showed you, I have to keep. I just don't even show. But that's what they think. And most of the time, for me, because I am an outdoor person, I really do enjoy campgrounds and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be doing some stuff too. I'll just leave it at that. I'll be doing
Well,
some.
when I was doing my van life thing, I was suffering from a lot of back pain,
Okay.
and I was suffering from just pain in general. I'm not now because I am a strong believer of magnesium and distilled water, and that has changed my life.
I take magnesium as
Um,
well. Yes. Okay.
but back then, the reason why I would stay so close to the Planet Fitness, again, bathroom, because I was always afraid, like, if I got a Charlie horse, or
Oh,
if I needed to use the bathroom, I needed to be able to get out quickly and not feel
like,
afraid.
okay.
Or,
Okay.
like, I know if I need to go use the bathroom, okay, people are always in and out of Planet Fitness.
Yes.
But like now, I would probably feel comfortable with having something in my
Vehicle.
vehicle that I could use the rest, do number one in.
Yeah.
And I had something in there. I just
Yeah.
never, ever,
You
ever
couldn't
used
get
it.
it's I mean, I thought, like I said, getting started, I thought it would be different, but then it was easier than I ever thought. Then as far as the back pain, I'm in a co-working group, and so we had a meeting today earlier. And so I was in there, everybody was sitting. It wasn't, you're not even supposed to say Indian style. I guess that's not a PC, but
With their legs crossed.
yeah, with their legs crossed. I didn't mean to say
Crisscross
that earlier.
applesauce.
That's what they
Hmm.
saying, crisscross applesauce. I was like saying, forgive me for saying that, but anyway, crisscross applesauce. And I'm like, I can't sit crisscross. Y'all making me mad with this sitting
Hmm.
this crisscross. And so I get it when it's, but as far as like everything else, like low beds, I can still drop it. Like I listen. I am good as far as like flexibility. I've had back problems too. If I told y'all some of the stuff, it ain't even for the channel. You know what I mean? Like I've had every kind of thing happen or whatever, but I haven't found that any of that has stopped me from being in the van. Like I wear an insulin pump. Many people don't know that because I don't even talk about it. Like I have type 1 diabetes, not even type 2.
Oh,
Type
okay.
1, where you must wear an insulin pump, where you must take medicine. Then I was doing these hikes when I was in California with these people who shall remain nameless. And I was getting so many cramps in my, I started taking magnesium because I mean, I had cramps in my neck, my stomach. I
Hmm.
had cramps in
Yep.
places I didn't know even cramped.
Yep.
And so I had all that, a lot of it too. But the van has been, I get out every day and I move. Like I get out every day and I stretch. And that's what I was telling like the people I was in the group with. I was like, I always stretch my upper body, but I need to stretch my legs because I can't sit crisscross applesauce. But anyway, I move. I feel like, not feel like, I do move more. When I'm in the van, I'm at a park and I am moving. I am moving, moving, moving. And so I feel like that keeps me flexible. I've been saving from some time for a box truck, a bigger vehicle. And so I have outgrown my mini camper van, right? I still
Okay.
can do trips and things like that. But so I do understand that because a lot of people are like, I don't know how you being there. But I'm like, I still, this over 50 still can row her boat. Look, I can do it still. I don't know why, how, but it ain't it ain't all the way broke down that
Which
I
is good.
yeah, which it ain't. But I've had back problems, like even here in this bed that I have in this room. I go to my van because it's stiff. And I was
Hmm.
telling my this bed here, this bed in this room, this very bed in this room, I've had back problems, like just ow, like a pinch in my back. I've slept, But so I do understand that too, and I
Yeah,
think,
I think a firmer mattress is good if you've got back issues.
hmm I
Because
was
I know I usually feel better after I sleep in my things. Shoot, sometimes I feel like I'm gonna put it on this floor in the house and sleep on that.
yeah, that's how I feel, and I've done that. I told my cousin like this big, beautiful queen's bed, high and beautiful in this charming house. I'd be like, look, I'll be back. I'm about to go to Walmart, and she'd be like, what? I'm like, I'm going to Walmart. I'm not used to it. I need to be. I need to be out in my van and all that. But I just like being outdoors. I really do. And I if you've ever seen Fia's van, and I don't think you have, the one that be on here with us, Vita, the other day.
Absolutely. I've never seen
Her
it.
okay. I wish I could. I can't do it
I
today.
wonder, did she and her husband ever do a tour?
They did do a tour of they. Okay,
I
so
think I did, but that's been a long time ago.
yeah, but see the one with her husband, that's not her. That's their residence, if you want. They came from like a big house, and they have like
Oh, okay.
a static, nice mobile RV or whatever. But Fia, what she drives is her daily vehicle. Fia is also a professor, and in her vehicle, I think most people, even if they didn't think they could do mini camper van life, which is what I do, I think they would comfortably live in Fia's van because
Yeah, she's got a really nice van. I've actually done a tour of her van on my channel.
pull it up.
And
Wish I feel like looking for it, but go to the next. The next channel is in this link. Let me see. I gotta go up to it. I think it's this one. One of these is Vita's and one of these is the next. But y'all click on these links and
Okay.
y'all will see. And Fia, so she has like in her van. First of all, she could fit like 8 people because we all went to the lake one day. She drove us all there. But she has a normal size bed. I don't know if it's considered a full bed or maybe it's just shy of a full bed. She has a shower, a bathroom, and a toilet. Um, she has an air fryer, a refrigerator. She could cook.
mhm.
Doesn't cook in there, but and when we were like at some campground, she'll have her door open and she'll have the screen, open on her door, and she could sit there with her laptop and stuff. So that may be more for some people, like you know what I mean. Like I understand this
Mhm.
mini camper van life. Like I said, if it was a way that I could just travel all over and pay for, fixed dwelling, some land or something here and do that, I would. But I know it's not fair. But I think Fia's van would be, or it's actually an RV, but it looks like a van, would be more people's lifestyle. I think it would be more if you couldn't do van because it has a fixed toilet.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like it's
Yeah.
like, it has that. It has your own shower, which she still goes in Planet Fitness and stuff like that too. But because it's a lot changing that black tank and gray tank and all of that. But she has a more. It would be more like home because people always be like, I need a TV, and I'm like, I don't care that about no TV.
So is it like
Mm-mm.
Where's Tiffany?
Yeah, you know who
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a little more like that, but it's a different design.
her being
Okay.
her. I met Where's Tiffany, and Tiffany's van.
Where's Tiffany?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Her van in person is a lot smaller than y'all think. Fia van is huge. It's because
Well,
Fia that's an RV.
the videos make everything look bigger.
Okay,
No.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But Fia's is really no, but Tiffany's is very decorated and beautiful and
Uh-huh.
be comfortable for one person. I mean, it's even two people, but it's very beautiful. But what I'm saying is, so if you think Tiffany van will be fine with me, but Fia's van is just bigger, way bigger than that.
Wow.
Because it's
Okay.
an RV, but it just because it's white, I always say her van, but it's actually not a van, it's an
Oh,
RV.
I see.
And
I
I
see.
think that would be more and she got it sort of the same reason for you did, Vita. Originally Fia had gotten a minivan and she thought like, oh, I'll go take some little trips, not to live in, but just, if you at a campground, you might want to camp in a tent. But anyway, she
Mhm.
decided, no, I can't do a minivan. And so she went out and bought this Class B and now she's remote. But when she was teaching on campus, she was like, I got to be down here for y'all know how college campuses are,
Mhm.
traffic. And once you get down there, you might have 2 hours in between a class and all that. And so she just got that. She would just stay there, like on her with her
Awesome.
vehicle. Yeah. So I think that would be more pleasing. When we talk about relationships, I've had dates I had two dates, two men on the road. He
Lately?
well, when I was in San Diego, so this one guy, he met me. I'm telling you. So, and it's on my channel too. Everything I talk
Okay.
about is on my channel. Okay. Anyway, he met me and he said, because he asked me, I told him I said I live in a van because I wasn't. He was trying to, and I was like, look, I live in a van. He was
Mhm.
like, okay. He said he thought I think I was at somewhere, maybe a bookstore. I don't even know, but I guess the way what I was dressed and how I acted, he thought. And he said when he seen my van, he was like, I thought you was talking about like a big RV. I said, I told you I live in a van. And so
Mhm.
anyway, but so anyway, so we met up one day and he's like, well, how do you take a shower? And he was like, you come to my place, but I wasn't on all that. But anyway, I'll get to. So we camped on the beach. He put up a tent. He had a tent.
What?
Yeah, and we went walking. But you know what? He just started to get on my nerves, like after, because I'm so used to just being by myself,
Come
and
on with it.
yeah, I'm just so used to being by myself. I was like, Then his personality, like it just changed immediately. Like I'm a free spirit and I try to be in good energy, good positive energy. And he was like that in the beginning, but they don't take but a second to show who they really are.
Absolutely.
Then this one guy I met in Michigan at a casino.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he just was like, so first he was saying thing, he had an RV. How I beat these people? I used to live, I got an RV. And he owned like a barbershop and store and all this kind of stuff. But he knew everybody, every woman in the casino, like the Motown casino. I was like, this is crazy. But he said when he met me, he was like, I knew you were different. I'm like, well, how? He's like, you just got that Ohio twang. He was like, it
Oh
just,
wow.
yeah, like something like I ain't like hip. I was like, oh, I can understand. I ain't like the fly Motown girls in this bug.
In Detroit.
Exactly. And he was like, it was just something about you. He was like, you was just something. I don't know. And I was saying, so he's like, let me write that down for one of my t-shirts. I don't know. So anyway, then they always get to the point where you didn't told them you live in a van. You didn't already told them that. And they don't seem to believe you that, yeah, I live in a van. And then he was just like, so we were still cool though. Like I came back to Ohio and then we get in arguing stuff. He's just like, you live in a van. And it was just like, look, you ain't gonna be putting me down because I got more
I
money.
remember
Yeah,
that story.
yeah, that one right there.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, yeah. And then he just was used to these. I ain't gonna say like Detroit. I ain't gonna like still. You know how everybody in Detroit. I ain't know everybody in Detroit was coming like that. They was coming like they was coming. They just was like, nails, hair. I was just like, look,
Mhm.
I don't have time for all this. Okay,
You probably looked more
like nature, nature.
yes, let's say
Yeah.
bohemian.
Yes, and that's what he was saying. Like, I just like you. You just act so nice. You're always reading, and all that stuff. And then that was a bunch of crap. And then he get mad and he be like, "You live in the van." I'm like,
Oh
I ain't got
wow.
to. Yeah, it was kind of like that too. But he was too worldly. Like, I ain't like no Molly Polly, but I ain't like all worldly either. Like
Mhm.
Detroit, like. I mean, not to put Detroit down because Detroit was live. It was so live. But I ain't all like that either. So, but he was fun for a minute. So I've had two people. Maybe if I think really hard, it might have even been another one. Then there's this guy, this white guy, and he was like, he reached out to me from the videos. And then
Uh-huh.
I was telling him, I was like, I don't want to meet up, whatever. And he's like, oh, I don't like big girls anyway. I'm like, well,
Oh
why you
wow.
he said that he wrote me. He's probably still looking at my channel. And I told him, how do you know what size I am? Maybe you can look at me and tell. I was like, oh, but I ain't even say that smart stuff. But he got a channel too, and he will remain nameless. But he was like,
Oh my
he,
goodness.
he will remain nameless, y'all. So he don't like because
You know, at some point you're gonna have to tell us about it because I know I want to know now. But
I'm
anyway,
gonna
Because I'm
I'm
tell
gonna
gonna
you.
look him
go
up.
ahead and go and unpack and get some sleep. I will talk to y'all ladies. Well, tomorrow.
All
Yeah,
right
because we'll
then.
be on there. Hang on one second, Vita, and
Oh,
then
I'm
we'll get
I'm
off
not
of there.
going anywhere.
Okay. But good night, Jeanette. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good
Sleep
night.
tight.
All right, we'll do. Good night, y'all.
Good
Take
night.
care. Yeah, he was just that one. But I will tell y'all exactly. That's exactly what I said. Like whatever. You the one found me on YouTube, okay? And then you're gonna say, and I was like, he was like, oh, well, I don't like big women. I'm like, well, you're the one found me.
He thought he was gonna have a quick woman, not
He
a
thought I
big
was gonna have a
woman.
quick van hiccup.
Hmm.
And then he gonna
Yep.
tell me like he was saying, he was like, well, I got a little business and I got a little van, and I'm like, look, I don't care nothing, care nothing about your business and your van.
Exactly.
And so you do me, and you will, and I'm sure other people that's on here that maybe they. I don't know how they do it. They probably me, but you people think that you don't or can't, and then you knew people who you knew people in your regular life. So you know people. Look, you can date. And it's the same. People don't care. I mean, I ain't gonna say everybody don't, but they don't care for that part of it anyway. You can get it. Trust me. You
Oh,
don't.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, I've tried online dating. I've tried, family members connecting me,
Okay.
and then when I did the video on the do not answer, that was
Hmm.
somebody that I went to school with.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
All
yeah.
details. And then was you married or something?
No, never.
I thought that was the guy, that one guy that was. I think you was with him when I first started watching your channel.
Yeah, yeah, I'm certain
Okay.
I was.
Yeah. That.
I'm certain I was.
Okay. That was the one. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's
people.
the one I was in a long-term relationship with.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hmm.
How did the
Hmm.
online go? The online dating?
Um, he was mean.
That's how they be. They be nice at first.
I don't even know if he was really nice. I think what it was is I enjoyed the quiet.
Mm-hmm.
He was very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I thought that it was good because I got out of a relationship where my ex and I mean, when I tell you we're still good friends. Like I literally just saw him and his mom out.
Oh, okay.
And we're still good friends, and yeah, no love lost. Like
Okay.
he's still just he's a good man, but not for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he needs to just go on. And so
You said just
so
just gone
I
back
I
yourself.
I thought I would enjoy the quietness
Mm-hmm.
because my ex and I did everything together. I thought
Wow.
I would enjoy the distance. And so it was polar opposite of what I was accustomed to. So in the
Okay.
beginning, I thought that's what I wanted. And in the end, he was mean.
Okay. I don't like mean because I'm super.
No, no, not
Even
at
if I'm
all.
having a bad day, I don't try to put that on somebody off on somebody else. I do not like mean. I don't
No.
do mean. No, I don't do mean. But I ain't really since I've been. I guess nature has become my lover since
Oh
I've
my
been
God, I love
independent.
it.
Yeah, nature has become my lover because it was like just all the problems. Even when I the guy in San Diego, he was so fun to be just fun. We had a picnic on the beach. He had a tent, and we just sat up on the bed. I mean, we just had the best time. And then
See?
he turned mean, but he turned mean, and
Hmm.
I don't want that. Then he kept on, you could come here if you, and I'm like, do it look, maybe you don't understand this. Like, I just live in a van. Like, I don't want to come to your place. Like, I don't want, and so it just, I don't know, but I don't know. I think when you ain't looking, that's when they come. But I
Yeah,
never stop
I
at me.
totally agree. I totally agree with that. I am so enjoying just the fact that I'm doing what I want to do when I want to do it. I'm enjoying me.
Okay, okay. And then it seemed like with the band, you would meet all types of people.
I do, but I think I'm not trying to say people are afraid,
Hmm.
but people are just, oh, nice job. You guys sound wonderful. I really enjoyed you. But I have yet to have anybody literally try to hit on me,
For me.
which is good, which is good.
Have you ever
Um,
thought about saying here, like if you see somebody you're interested in, be like, here's our not card, but
yes.
like, okay,
Yeah, I get I am normally the one with the actual business cards.
okay.
And I also have to say, because we have a residency at the casino, and we do.
Oh, dang, you got a residency at the casino. I thought I heard you say that.
Yes, yes, we have a residency at one of the local casinos here. And so because of that, we have obtained a nice following, and many of
Okay.
them are partnered up already. Like they come
Yeah,
specifically, like they
you
will
kind of
come
boot
for the
up.
weekend and stay at the hotel at the casino because they
Oh,
know that's our weekend to be there.
okay. So y'all, dang, I might have to come down to your town. We said we were talking about going somewhere.
I'm telling you, you
I
would have
might
a
have to
good
come
time.
down there. To Miss Tama's question, no, he did not. When he met me, because like I said, people, I don't know if they have a perception of people who maybe live in my type of van. I'm never, I mean, there's no way to say it, but you would think in general when I do stuff, I just go out like I am normal. So you're gonna go out like normal, right? You're gonna wear your jeans, you're gonna wear nice, whatever you would wear in your van life. I'm unhoused. Like this is like a choice, so I'm not gonna look like I'm. I don't. So that's just how I want to say that. So he didn't know. I told him that, but he was thinking like, "Oh, you live in an RV? It's some RV." But I kept telling him, "No, I live in a van." And then he came and he was like, "Well, where to meet you?" And I was like, "Come to Planet Fitness."
Good for you,
Come to Planet Fitness, and he came to Planet Fitness, and I was like,
because they have cameras.
yeah, exactly. But I was on the beach with him, like, and he was like, he ain't do nothing, but I know, but right. But he still he didn't get the concept, like, okay, so where do you live? Well, you don't live in this state. He just, until I said, let me show you where I live. Look, he was like, I wouldn't have thought that about you. And I'm like, what don't match up? Like, I don't know. You can still be smart. You can still dress normal. You can still, like, I don't know if people want to say a look for a van, but
Yes, they
yeah.
want you to look unkept.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And you is normal. You take
Hmm.
showers. That's why I said come to Planet Fitness. So I took my shower before the end. You got your clothes. You got your park stuff that you wear every day if you're hiking and stuff. But then you got a nice shirt, nice pair of jeans, to boot. You got everything that everybody else got that you can eyelash. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got the same
Yeah.
little get yourself together. So he did not. But then I told him because for one, I didn't care because I wasn't looking. He was just so nice. I just like, dang, he's so nice. He's so nice. And like 2 days later, he just was like crazy. And then he just was I just was like, because see, this is bringing misery into my life, and I have happiness and peace.
And
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 so
what I've noticed is sometimes you just have to take that opportunity and that experience and be done. Especially if you know you're not interested in being in a relationship. You know it was nice meeting you, but you know you have no intentions of really going any further. Well, at least for me, like
yes,
I
I
know, right?
was.
Huh?
That's exactly how it was. I mean, I thought he was nice, but I wasn't really ready. I'm not ready to stop like exploring the U.S. and just you got a little one bedroom apartment in San Diego. I don't want to stay in no. I don't want to. That ain't for me. I'm just
Hmm.
saying. Like I didn't.
But my question, I have a question for you, Frankie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you're saying that you're not interested in staying in a house per se, but you are interested in that. What is it? The box.
Yeah, we're not. But so I am getting a box truck. So I would say this: if, like, just say, like right now, what I'm saving for is a box truck. But if I
Yes.
was able to get a tiny home on some land
Yes.
here, I would definitely do that because it is good having a foundation. Even though where I'm at now, which is I was trying to take this camera off. My winter room. This is my room. This has been my room forever. This is my cousin's house, and my cousin owns Airbnbs and property. She even has an apartment I could rent if I wanted to. No, I don't ever want to pay rent again, and I'm totally serious about that. I will never pay $1,000 to $1,200. No, I would rather
I'm
take
so
that.
glad my house is paid for.
That's what I'm
That's what
saying. You
keeps me
see,
here.
that part right there. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh no, and I do pay my cousin rent just for the record, but it's not. I mean, she is very generous to me, and so no, I'm just not interested in paying that for a place that I'm gonna always want to travel, and I'm not going to be there, and I'm not. Now, if I could do both, just say like I could, just someone just gave me a house that was paid for, or I can put a tiny house on some land, yeah, I would do that. But as far as like even here, the world is my oyster here. I'm really serious. Like I order my food upstairs. They crack up in my co-working group because I'll tell my family like bring me some spaghetti up or whatever, and it's just they just. I just have a great family, but I don't
Exactly.
want to. Who want to stay with somebody? Like I just
Hmm.
no. So I'm not interested. No.
Gotcha.
If I just one of my online classes or books just made me rich, then yeah, I wouldn't buy a mansion, but I would buy some land with some outdoor structures by a lake where people could come and get in the hammock and climb through the walls, just that kind of stuff. Yeah. So the answer is no. And then as far as a relationship, I don't see nobody being out there, and if they is, it's just gonna have to come on me because I ain't looking. And I don't see, and these are just the two people that was more than just a couple of times talking to or whatever. But as far as the little hit on here and there, you get that. I was just at the park, and at first it was this white man. He was like he was fishing, and I was setting up my tripod. He's like, you want me to help you? Then it was these group of Africans like, hey, hi, they waving at me. So they don't know your situation, they don't know you know what I mean? So it's just like in regular life. If you out in regular life and you see people, yeah, they don't know where you live. They do not know. They don't know where you live. I just showed them because I was just like, when I turned 50, I just got in that I don't give a.
I know that's right.
Because even
That
my
was
family, yeah,
that was me at 50 as well.
yeah, like I don't even care. And I was just like, because it used to be, because I've even had family members say, well, you ain't got to tell them. I was like, I live in a van. Like I really do. And I've had family, and I just, maybe at 30, I don't know, my kids grown, I'm divorced. I give two F's. I give,
Hmm.
so I just tell them,
Zero.
yeah. Now, like I said, years ago or something like that, or decades ago, it might have been like, oh, but now I ain't even looking for you. I ain't even checking for you. So, and then as far as you making me happy, I am happy. I'm super happy. I am super happy. So, what could you really, besides a roll in the hay?
Say
Oh,
that
you're
again now.
62. I said, what could you really get but a roll in the hay?
Absolutely.
That's all I get for you, roll in the hay, because I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm just
And there are too many toys out for that. So
exactly that part. That part. That's what I'm saying. That part, right? We need to have a candy coated out the night. Look at what I got another so we get to, yeah. So you
oh,
ain't.
you're 62.
That's what Miss Tama said. Are you in a van? That's what I'm saying. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Hmm.
It ain't nothing but a number, and they will come. One
Hmm.
of the ladies that I think she's older than that. I think she's 70. She's on our channel. Her name is Wanda. Well, I don't know if she shared her story, honey, but you could find love. You could be, she had gave up her condo, everything, and then went on a cruise, baby. And
Hmm.
so you still can find love, even if you do. So if you find that, I don't see it happening for me. But if
Hmm.
you did and it was the right person, then I might be willing to think about some other stuff. But I'm just looking at, I'm gonna sell the rest of my life solo. That's how I'm looking at it. Like I'm
Well,
a meter. Go ahead.
well, for me, I thought that I wanted the long distance. So I live in Illinois, and I was dating in Memphis.
Okay. Oh
And
man.
so I like that distance
Okay.
because you do your thing, I do my thing, we get together. You're booked and busy, I'm booked and busy. We schedule time together. Because in my previous relationship, when I said we did everything together, I could probably count on both of my hands.
Okay.
Yeah, on both of my hands, like how many times that we were apart.
So that's tough. Is it tough or is it easy now or what?
Oh, I craved to be by myself. I'm a
Oh.
Capricorn.
Okay. So Capricorns don't want to be around people. Or
No,
no.
no, it's just I enjoy me.
Mm-hmm.
You
Exactly.
know, I don't need to be up under somebody. I enjoy
Mm-hmm.
my own
Space. You
self.
like yourself.
I enjoy my own self. So
I know that's right. I
I
know.
remember I would be like make excuses up, like, oh, I'm gonna go home and wash my clothes. Like, and then I would be told, no, you just wash your clothes here. And I'm just like, no, I want to go home.
I
And
want.
so I just, would want to come home and watch what I wanted to watch,
Yeah. If he.
and eat, cook what I wanted to cook,
Yes.
and just enjoy my own self. I enjoy a a tub. Well,
Okay.
because I don't have a shower, but I enjoy sitting in the tub and
Okay.
relaxing in the tub.
Okay.
I didn't have that as an option where I was. So it's just there was a lot of things that I felt like I was constantly giving up in
Okay.
order to be in a relationship when in the end it did not serve me.
And then it's got to serve you first because, like I said, YOLO, or like my niece said, we only live once, and so we have
Uh-huh.
to, yeah. And so I know a lot of people love being in love or being coupled up. I had miserable experiences, so
I think it's
now,
because we look at love different. I mean, I think we are looking for love. Like I'm looking for companionship. And I
okay.
think that when when it all boils down to it, I think that people are not committed to the commitment. Why?
Mhm.
Because they're committed to their emotions, they're committed to their feelings. And so when they no longer feel a certain way, it's easy for them to remove themselves from the other person. But if you're committed to the commitment that you made, then you work through it. So I
Mm.
would rather have someone committed to the commitment than be in love with me.
Oh, so
Because,
committed to the. I'm trying to process that. Wait a minute.
okay,
Committed to the commitment,
yes.
as opposed to be in love, but you do want them to be in love with you.
I think
Are
that
you in
love will
the
come, but I'm not in love with love.
okay? Some people are. Are they just like for me? I could honestly say this right to this point in my life. Oh, you want van life? I had a friend just real quick before we get to I'm not in love with love, Miss Tama.
Uh-huh.
I had a friend who was in a condo and who went into a minivan. Then she went and fell in love. Now I don't know. I got to give her a call and see what she's doing now. But last I talked, she was like, "Oh, I'm in love." I'm like, "Oh, that was so quick." So it is
Uh-huh.
possible. But to you, I just don't think at my age, and I just think it's over for me. I do think love is just
I
it's
don't, and
over.
again, I think it's because we have this, I don't want to say Eurocentric, but that's the word that I'm thinking of,
Hmm.
idea of what a relationship is supposed to be. And I
What is
think that, huh?
what is that? What is that thing? What is the idea?
Well, that you meet someone, you fall in love, and, then you create this life together. Why does love have to be the center point? Why can't it be that you have decided that you want to do life together because
But
you share some of the same things? It
but
doesn't
that
necessarily
would
mean you
mean
have,
love though, right? Wouldn't that mean love?
not necessarily. I think that we get caught up on emotions.
Okay.
And I want to get caught up on a destination.
That sounds really, really good. Destination. But I'll tell you this though too, as far as depending on what race you date, I think that it's over for black men. They got too many choices. I just do. And I know this
Absolutely.
one.
Everybody wants a black man.
Yeah, so
He has the pick of the litter.
okay, he showed do the pick of the
Hmm.
litter, the cream of the crop. That's how the guy in my friend in Detroit. I told him like I ain't got time to be. I don't. You two, uh, you've been around this block because he knew
Hmm.
everybody in there. I'm like I must be the last wholesome thing that you did
Exactly.
because it was just like he
That
knew
he hasn't
every.
tapped or
Yeah,
been
there you
touched.
go. That part. Yeah, that
Mhm.
part. And I was just like, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. You gonna make me do something to you?
The man said today on one of the social media sites that the reason why men go through women the way they do, and I'm paraphrasing, is because some men are basically hooked on a body count.
Oh,
They like to be able to say that they've had X amount of women.
oh.
They know good and well when they get with you that they have no intention of being with you, and they have other people on the side because they're more attracted to the fact that they have this body count versus, truly trying to make a life with one person.
Even older men?
Absolutely.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was older, and he was like, saying how the reason why he could say it is because he was one of those men that did that.
I think that's the reason why a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about this nomadic style of traveling in a van, but I'm also in, I don't know if you know who Stephanie Perry, it's like this
Yes.
whole group of women who travel out of the country. And I think that's why a lot of solo female travelers have just, most of the people I know aren't coupled. Everybody that I
Absolutely.
roll with are just in this movement of travel or whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
are uncoupled. And
They are coupled or not?
they are not. And I think that
Okay.
when they do meet people, like they meet people of different races in different countries. Like I got a couple of friends who like are in Turkey, and it's come to that. Like they don't have nobody. I didn't know. I'm not gonna say. Let me say that differently because they might be listening. Like you don't know who I got.
Mm-hmm.
No, they. I mean, I don't know they like personal life, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just a lot of the nomadic women I know don't. I don't want to say don't have nobody. Help me with the words. I'm a writer and I can't think right. I'm not gonna say don't have
They are
nobody. Well,
choosing.
the net. Let me change. Let me change that. The net is coupled, and Fia is coupled. So that's just wrong for me to say that because Fia is married and the net is partnered. So
See?
that and they both are, even though they weren't full time, they never was full time. Okay, not that
Mm-hmm.
I really was full time, but anyway, so they are in a relationship. So I shouldn't even say. I just think for me and a
Okay.
lot of people I know in the travel groups that I run in, if you want to call it that, they
Uh-huh.
well, some of them are. I should say they have been married, but a lot of well. Hey, I think it's half and half to be honest. I think it's half. I think half are couple in the nomadic community or the people who want to travel out the country or who look at travel as their next retirement thing. They are either. I think it's half and half. They're either coupled or they don't have anyone.
Well, I have been doing this. It's 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 not this scientific research, but
Mhm.
I've just been having conversations with women and men in my life. Some are, close to me. Some are just acquaintances. But I've asked these individuals about, the ones who've been in these long-term relationships that are no longer in it. Would they ever like remarry again or consider being in a long-term relationship? Because most of them are my age or older,
Okay.
and I'm 52.
Okay,
And
I'm about to say
so
you a baby. Okay, but
no, I'm 52. So
you only
so
2 years
I
old.
have not had one person as of yet, male or female, tell me that they would remarry again. So the ones who are married and they said if something happened to their spouse, none of them none of them said in their 50s or above, they no, I would never remarry again.
Oh, love is not like love that you used to know. It's not. It's
Say
not
it
the
again.
love. Miss Tama says love is not the love we used to know. You know,
Absolutely.
your
I
parents
totally agree.
or my grandparents in my case, they loved or they at least stayed together. Let's
Well,
say
and that's just it. I mean, ag- again, like when I tell you this thing called the internet will expose you to stuff that you just never knew.
expose you and expose people if they playing games or they
Absolutely.
whatever they go.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And how at one point, because it was agriculture, the family stayed together because they had to, because
Yeah.
everybody worked the land.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the industrial side and we needed to have the man go to work and the woman stay at home, with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why they stay together. But now we're in this computerized generation where everybody's doing it for themselves. I
And
don't need
everybody
you. You don't
online
need
on
me.
some virtual stuff.
Yeah, I don't need you. You don't need me. But if we get together, it's all right. So we
Exactly.
have to come back together as humans to say, what does this really look like now? Because when we were on the land together, working the land, we had to be there together. It's not like we had a choice to leave. Where you gonna go? No matter where you go, you have to work that land too.
True, but they had
So,
others. Then they had
huh?
Didn't they have mistress and all of that?
I'm sure they had it. I'm
Yeah.
sure they had it back then. But the fact
Hey,
is,
and families on the other side of town, family on
yeah.
the other side of BLM land. You know,
But
they
the fact is they knew their lane. The
had
side piece stayed on the side.
on
She
the
didn't
side.
come out in the open like she does now, and then we'll go to the restaurant where the man is with his family and call him out like you were supposed to be with me tonight. Why
And,
you with her?
and then they
That's
had
what they
the
doing now.
bathroom. Oh, they just being that's why I said I have just given up. I had to turn to the earth because I said, but I have a couple of friends and I told them I said I don't I'm gonna be doing this forever because I don't think I ever get with somebody again or whatever. Not necessarily because I wouldn't want to, which right now I ain't studying, I'm loving life, but I just don't see it. I see you gonna always hook up with somebody. You're gonna always. It may even last for a couple of weeks. Like I've had little what I just shared with you, but I don't
Hmm.
think it's gonna ever ever. I don't think I'll ever be. I definitely don't ever think I'll be married again, and I do not think I will ever even be in a relationship again. And this is somebody you talking about somebody who was married. I have two children. I have a college degree. I worked as a researcher. Like I was. If you want to say this is a different lifestyle, I had a traditional lifestyle up
Hmm.
until 5 years ago. So I don't ever think that'll happen for me. I just don't. I don't.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I ain't saying I wouldn't necessarily absolutely 100% not want it. I'm saying that it's like it would literally, it's gonna come to me out of the trees. It's gonna like literally land on my lap because when you ain't looking, that's when it literally lands. And it's gonna, if I find it again, it's gonna land to me. It's gonna come to me like a angel kissing me on my cheeks because I am not looking. And
and
that's how
there is nothing wrong with that.
that's how it's gonna come to me. Yeah. So I don't know. I just don't. But then everybody I've told that to, they all got somebody. My one friend, I was like, girl, we ain't gonna never get married. She was like, I'm gonna find me a husband. And she did, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And
And
so,
again, and that's just it. People who want relationships will get a relationship,
yeah.
and people who don't want a relationship will not. Like again,
Well,
it's I don't say that I don't ever want to be in a relationship, but if I'm never in another one, I am so okay with my life.
okay, okay,
I
okay.
have a great family. I have a great support system, and I work in an industry where death is all around me.
Oh, okay.
So I can go in tomorrow and they can have an announcement in my
Oh,
email that people have passed.
wow.
So,
Woo,
huh?
I said, wow. Yeah, that's deep.
So I don't look at life in this sense of, I've got to have this. What I do is I take life one day at a time. I am
Yeah.
grateful for today.
Yeah, I am too. I am absolutely too. And Miss Tamara say never. I do. I just think that I just have made the universe and what I'm doing right now, it truly makes me happy. And so I
Absolutely.
know that no, I know that things can be added. And I just because I don't know. I've seen what's out there. And I'm not saying I'm just not looking for it. Let's just say that. I'm
And
just not.
again, it's okay. You don't I think that people think that because you're a woman that
Mhm.
you must want to have love. You must want to be in a relationship. You must want to have children. Like I was that person that said that, I wanted to experience pregnancy, but I never wanted children. And I don't
Oh,
have a child.
okay. I know a lot of people who don't have kids too.
I've
Yeah.
never been pregnant.
Never. Wow.
Never in my whole black life have I ever been
Wow.
pregnant. Now, I do have a family, but we
Okay.
created it. So when I
Okay.
was working on a collegiate at Wilberforce University, when I was the director of student activities,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
a young lady came and just stayed in my face. And eventually, we became really close. She told me her story. And as a result, she was like, "Can I call you mom?" And I said, "That's a lot because you're talking to someone who's never been pregnant. So, the day that you want to tell me that you're not my mama will be the day that this will end because you can't pick and choose when you want to be grown. So if you
Yeah.
want a mother figure, then let me know. But if you want me to be called, if you want to call me mama, that's a different stroke." And so we have been rocking since what,
I love
2009,
that. That's a book in the
2010.
movie. That's a book in the movie.
Oh,
I
it's
love
been
that.
beautiful. She got married, gave me a grandbaby, so I'm
I
good.
love that. I love that.
But
I really love that stuff. But that's deep too. That's a whole nother podcast. You ain't never been pregnant. What?
never, never.
That is deep.
And that is probably my only regret in life is the fact that I've never been pregnant because I just feel like to have this human experience as a woman, that's just one thing every woman wants to do is to be able to procreate.
But if you didn't want children, then
God
don't
wouldn't
you?
have, he just didn't allow it to happen.
Okay, so that's why. Okay,
Yeah,
because
I mean, and plus, I mean, I got to be honest. I was abstinent for I'm not even gonna say how many years because when I tell people,
they
they
kind of
get
like,
yeah, they get really like weirded out. But I was super saved. I was so
were
saved. Like I
you?
said, oh my God, I was
You need to talk
super
to Phil.
saved
I
for
was a
so
super
many
saved.
years
I
that
was
I
super
made my
saved.
own anus
I was
itch.
like the book, holy and horny. Like I was super saved.
Uh oh.
But listen,
Hmm.
I was super saved too, but they ain't stopped me.
See, and I was like, I did everything by the book. I'm a rule follower. So
I'm not
I
a
was the
rule
one
follower.
leading the single women's classes and teaching them
Mm-mm.
on how not to give in to temptation. And every time I would have a
Mm-mm.
class, they would come behind
Mm-mm.
and, at the end and they were like, Sister Vita, are you really doing? I'm like, yes. And they were like, well, I mean, I'll keep coming to your class, but I ain't gonna be able to do that.
I know I was leading the whole congregation, like, meet me at the pub. Let's
Shut
go.
your lip. Shut your
I
lip.
was like, no, I was raised 7 Day Adventist, and see, when I had to escape, I was like, and that's another thing. We grew up camping because see, 7 Day Adventist, we used to go to something called camp meeting. Matter of fact, my mother's sister is there now, and we camped in these tents. They would close down like a religious college, and we would go up there, and you could camp. You could get the tents with the wood floors, or you could get the tent. You could get just regular tents, or you can rent the dorms. And so we did all of that. Yeah, I was. And then I just wanted to break free. And when I broke
Mhm.
free, baby, because I couldn't eat pork, couldn't wear pants, we didn't wear. That's why I wear makeup now. Like not
Mhm.
like that. I wear makeup, but not like rings, nail polish. We never did none of that. So that's why now it just seems women in my family were super saved. So that's why it just seems normal to me.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
it just seemed normal. But yeah, I was 7 Day Adventist. You don't get no more holy than that.
I'm sure.
Woo, free me.
Mhm.
Well, I wasn't. I wasn't. I was. I was good. I was good.
So to make a long story short, I spent the majority of my child rearing or bearing age super saved and following the rules. And when I would tell men like, no, I'm not having sex, and no, we can't do anything and everything but sex, and no, I'm not gonna go on a date with you by myself. Oh, I was super saved. Like if I wasn't
Woo.
going in a group, I wasn't going on a date.
Have you ever heard that book, Holy but Horny?
No,
You ain't never heard of Holy but Horny?
no, never.
Man, you need a damn show. We're gonna have to have. We're gonna have to have. We're gonna
Because
have
you
to.
you would be the holy and horny, and I would be the holy and
Yeah,
rule
I'll be the
follower.
holy and horny. I would be the
Yeah,
holy. We're
and
gonna
I was
have.
the rule follower. Oh
Okay,
my
no.
god.
That was my mother told me since the kindergarten. Could not color in the lines. One time my class couldn't go on a field trip because the class was misbehaving. My mother said I wrote like 5 pages. I'm talking about I think it was before kindergarten. My mother said I was writing. My mother said I've been writing since 5 years old. Like I was the
Wow.
rule breaker. Like, excuse me, we are going on this trip because everybody wasn't talking, everybody wasn't being disruptive. And my teacher told me, I said, it's not my fault. She said, that little girl that's going viral that said the ice cream is too. Have you seen that little video? This is
The
old.
ice cream is what?
It's too expensive.
Oh
She's
no, I've
crazy.
not seen that.
But anyway, I was the one like that. Like, no, we will not. And yeah, I was. So I never was a roof. That's why I could live in a van, because I never. If everybody else was going right, I was going left. If everybody
Gotcha.
else was living in the house, I wanted to just go. And I ran off to be a screenwriter. I always had this personality. This personality been with me since the beginning of time, so it's not going anywhere. We need a late night, one time, boom, bam, blast. We got to get on. We got to get on there with some ladies. We got to dig into this topic.
Okay,
We
I'm
need
ready.
about 10 women, and we're gonna go hard. We got to do. I got another channel though. I don't want to say it on this thing, but it would be so perfect. We gotta do a live. We just gotta.
Okay,
We got to dive deep into
come
this.
on.
Deep. This is.
I had a childhood girlfriend from a high school girlfriend reach out on Facebook today when I put my post up for the latest video about basically how do you survive after being in a long-term relationship. And so she was like, this requires tequila and Thai food.
There you go. In that order. And
And
that
I said,
order.
well, maybe we'll go live on my private channel on Facebook, or maybe I'll do a Zoom.
Look, you got to invite, so we got to do a whole, and it could be a one-time thing, but we got to dive deep. We got to talk about this. And then I think I'm going to do another one where we talk about relationships, and then like nomadic and just whatever. But this is a whole podcast. We got to do at least one. We got to do at least one show. We got
Okay.
that, and we're going to do it at midnight. But you
Okay.
be with your band. What, you so busy, but it might have to be one of the work days then, because you can't do it.
Oh, I would have to do it on the weekend.
Oh, you would have to do it on the weekend
Yeah, it would
after
have to be like
your.
a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Okay, what days do you play though?
For the month of June, we still have the 18th, which is a Tuesday, but then
Okay,
the
so it ain't.
next
Oh,
one,
good. Okay, well then it'd be a weekend. We gotta do it
no, no,
Friday
no,
night.
the next one, yeah, and then the next one be the 29th. So
Okay, I thought it was like every weekend or whatever, but
not
whatever.
this month, thank
Okay,
God.
but we got to jump on. We
What
got
you
to
said? I
jump.
thought that you made up the title. What title?
No, no, no. Holy and horny. No, she
Oh
doing that.
wow.
No, no, I did not. That's what I said.
Oh
What do you
goodness.
think? No, I did not. I did not. That's what
And it's
people.
the actual book.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. And I don't know if the person is indie because they were on the radio like here in Ohio. So I don't know if it's, but no, that is not, that is a real title. Let me Google it. But yeah, it is. I heard the person on the radio. Yes, yes, it is a title. I know that's deep, ain't it? That's why we got to talk about it. We got to
Well,
talk.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Like I have 10 tips, but I've just noticed like on my Facebook page,
Mhm.
my reels do a whole lot better than when I put out actual videos on
Oh,
my.
yo, and I
On,
don't do reels. You got to tell me what your Wait a minute, let me put this on there. Hold on. You're like, oh, hey, hey, hey. We were kind of talking about our group, Dr. J. We were kind of talking about our group. Like, not us naming names, but anyway, this is like my travel group I was telling you about.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this because this is crazy. I was telling you, it's like 50-50. Half of us married or have been married and half of us ain't. Half
Hmm.
of the traveling ones, they just be like, I mean, I don't know. They don't even discuss. Some do, like the house sitters and stuff. They might say, "Oh, I'm here," and like they be having all these exotic. Like I ain't gonna say they like coupling, but you know, they have dates. But
Absolutely.
yeah, they be dating. They be dating, but a lot of them just be like, "Oh, single." We got people that's married though. People that's married. People that's unmarried. People that's worldly, like me. And I don't just. I'm just nature is my husband and Chat GPT. That's my boyfriend.
Because he will tell you everything you want to hear.
He be telling me everything. It used to be a
Hmm.
text function. I used to text him, so that was like cool. But I would love to do that. I know I am tired too.
Well,
Thank
just let
you.
me know.
Yes, we and then you have to tell me. I don't know if you want people to know your Facebook because some people don't.
Oh, it's fine. It's
Okay,
I
well
mean,
then
it's
I'll
oh,
put it
it's
on here. You want to put it
yeah,
on your
my face. It's my name.
okay?
And it's
DYTA
yeah, VYTA and
and
then
what's
COPELAND.
wait a minute, wait a minute. My brain. C.
OPELAND. Vita Copeland.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go follow you and look at your reels, honey. And do you do Instagram?
Yes. And normally my reels go straight to my Instagram, but today for whatever reason it didn't.
So you do multi streaming? Is that how I say?
I don't know if it's
Multicast.
multi-streaming, but they're linked. So my Facebook page is linked to my Instagram page. So whenever I post on one or the other, it'll do it automatically for Facebook, but Instagram will ask me if I post on Instagram, do you want to post it on Facebook?
Oh, okay. So you got it. But see, my thing is, okay. So on Facebook, I got a different name, and I'll tell you after this. My name is
Hmm.
my name, Frank. My name is really Frankie, but I'm talking
Exactly.
about I use it on that. And but then I have a Joy Route Facebook, but I don't never like I ain't got no friends on there and I don't never really use it. And then I got an Instagram Joy Route, but I don't I guess I should hook them up or whatever. That's why we use StreamYard. That's why we've been playing around with
Hmm.
StreamYard,
Hmm.
I should say, because StreamYard will automatically simulcast your everything that you're doing anyway, because you got them
Okay.
linked. And I follow. So you say your reels and stuff do well. I don't be. It do good on those platforms.
Say that one more time.
You said they do good. Your reels do good on there.
I think mine do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think mine do. And so I try to do the reels on my actual Facebook page. Then I have a private group. They
Okay.
will get the whole video and
Oh.
then my YouTube channel will get the whole video. And
Okay.
so because I've noticed that when I'm putting the whole video on my actual Facebook page, I may not get as many views.
Okay, so
But the reels, they kind of go out
well,
into, huh?
it's good to test to know what works. Also, I noticed that you've been doing a lot, which is consistent, and you'll have one of your videos blow up because that's how it usually is. It's like the people who stay consistent. They
Mm-hmm.
always, and where am I? I always try to find. I lose where I'm at in stream. I have to see where like the stream. Okay, there it is. I noticed that the people who, and there's Vita Copeland, y'all. She's got her on. I'm gonna have to follow you too. I'm gonna follow you under
Okay.
my name is Frankie. I don't be telling my people know my last name. I really don't care, but on Facebook I use Joy Route, so I'm gonna follow you on that. And
Awesome. I'll
we
follow
gotta
you
go check
back.
out. Thank you. We gotta go check out your honey. We gotta go check out your reels. Look, you should be in a relationship. That's what you need to do.
Girl, I just, all I can say is I'm enjoying doing what I do.
Okay.
And so CapCut and
You
Canva
are
are
you
my
using, is that what
friends.
you use in CapCut?
CapCut, but I pay for both of them because,
What else do you
uh,
use? Wait a minute,
huh?
you said CapCut and what else?
And Canva.
Yeah, I pay for Canva too. I pay for
Yeah.
Canva. I use Filmora crap, and I don't care if they listen. I don't like Filmora.
Yeah.
And then I use Canva. I pay for Canva, and I think I don't know. I've definitely heard of Cap. I think Danette used to use CapCut, but she used like Luma Fusion or something like that.
Hmm.
But why don't you do StreamYard? You ever thought about that?
Every time I see you guys on there, and I've been on some podcasts where this is what they've used, and I keep saying I need to look into it, but I guess it's because I've never gone live,
I
and
think you should go live too. We would come. We would come
okay,
and get the party started because everybody in our group because we like in the travel group and we do co-working and stuff and we when some of us have channels and when they have gone live we have showed up to support them. Of course we hope they
awesome.
audience and people and stuff come, but we try to throw them off. You should do a live so we can come on there and hop on there. I want you to,
Okay. I
yes, I
just
want
gotta
you.
think. I mean, the topic right now
You
is
do.
this relationship thing. So
Okay.
I'm assuming if I decide to go live, then that would be it. But at this point, if I went live, it would be on my private Facebook page, which is Life Her Way.
Oh, so you got a wait a minute,
Yeah, there's
like this,
yeah, just like my name.
like that.
Life Her Way but it's my Facebook page.
Yeah, I think that us we
But it
talked.
might be Life Her Way underscore LMM for loving me more. So
Okay, so
LMM.
wait a minute. Life her way. L
Under, yeah,
or underscore.
LMM. I think it's
I
underscore
think that's what your
LMM.
YouTube channel is too. Because I was
Yes.
yeah, I was looking for, but yeah, that would be fine. Excuse me, we've been doing because that's how we all like even some of the people on here. That's how we all met. It's just everybody got they mostly some of them international travelers. We're all some
Awesome.
form of a traveler, so we're like solo female travelers. But like I said, some of it I think it's half and half. Half are married, half or
Or
part.
not.
Yeah, not like that. And so that's how we know. But I mean, I think we just one way. In fact, I was just telling people like that's why I'm so nomadic because nomadic just means houseless and zip codeless, and you move from place to place, but you're not necessarily. And I think this 10 months when I was on the road, that was the main time I was really, really in a van. Otherwise,
Gotcha.
I was not. It was like, yeah, I was in it, but not like that. I've always had it, you know what I mean? So I just, but yeah, so that's what, but I mean, all that kind of stuff. That's why I put a couple of dating things on my channel because I've done a little bit. And then I know, you're
Well,
old.
I've been reluctant. Like even when I put that video out about do not answer, because if anybody knows me, like I absolutely give every guy that I've ever dated a nickname. Like my ex, his nickname was Mister.
I remember
Um,
that. I remember
yes,
that.
you
I
remember
remember that.
Mister?
Yeah, I do. I do. I do. I
And
do.
so,
Why you call him Mister like in the color purple?
girl, yes, honey.
Oh,
Mister, Mister.
Mister.
Yes. But
Mister.
I never
Okay.
said Mister. I said Mister.
To him, you said to his
Yeah,
face.
oh yeah. But everybody in my group knew, like they would call, hey girl, where Mister? They
I
called him
know
Mister.
just from you saying it on your YouTube.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to, yep, on my YouTube, I used to call him Mister. Yep. And so then do not answer, and then my spend the night bag. I mean, the list goes on.
You
Not to
know
say
what though? You need a book. I'm not even playing with you. Or you need a series of these. You know how you have these things. You need to turn that into a book. You would be a relationship
wow.
coach. You do. You do.
Wow.
You do. You do. You do. You do. She said,
I
"You
don't
must have
know.
been big." Yeah, you do. You do because I can see you the potential of this topic for you. Yeah,
Who must have been mean?
she's talking about Mister. All right, I guess Mister.
Oh no, Mister wasn't
No,
mean.
or
Like me
even
and
the
Mister,
mean
we
one.
are still friends.
Oh, okay. That's
This
a
is
what?
he just
Okay.
he's better for someone else. He's a good guy, just not a good guy for me.
They be tripping. That's why I said I don't have time for people who got issues.
Yeah.
Issues. He got issues. How they say
Yeah.
issues? I don't. I got my own issues.
El Mino, that was the mean one.
Oh,
El
you call
Mino.
them? Okay, El
Mm,
mean. And I definitely don't got time for nobody mean because I'm too.
mm.
I make myself be in a good spirit. I get up every day and thank the universe for so many blessings, and I'm not about to let you ruin my good
I know that's right.
because you mean and upset, and everybody got a lot to be, upset about. Not everybody, but we got things that be in our heart, our minds. We got all kinds of stuff. But you're not about to take your crap out on me.
Oh yeah, after El Mino, I made it very clear that nobody else was coming to my house. And so
Okay.
I saged my house, I cleansed my house because I
Ooh,
was
I do
like,
that. I do
huh?
that. I'm good for that. I'm good for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm good for that.
So I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like you gonna have to really be somebody special, or otherwise we gotta meet up. And if you can't afford to meet up, then we're not gonna be.
So you
But you
don't go
don't.
to the cheesecake. You wouldn't go to a park with some Coca-Cola and ice
Oh
cream.
yeah, but I'm talking
Okay.
about like spending the night.
Oh,
So
little
you
cups.
you can't come to my house no more.
Okay.
Not after that. Like I said,
Well then
I
you meaner. You Mister. You mean you
baby.
mean
Mm-mm. Because I don't want,
that's
because
true.
my house is my
Sanctuary.
sanctuary.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
I never want this air, this space to be for me to have
Yeah.
to clean it
Yeah.
because of your negative energy. Your
Yes.
His energy was awful.
And sometimes it take more, how like we sage because I do my van like that. And even spaces I've been, I'll sage it. But sometimes somebody's energy is so screwed up that it can take a lot. You know what I'm saying? You have different pieces
Absolutely.
on your clothing.
Absolutely.
Like I can't have you. So I understand what you're saying. Like I can't have you in here.
No, I don't. I can't do the negative energy. And he sent me El Minos. I have not heard from this man. I can't even tell you how long. Sent me a video of, I'm gonna tell you the video. The video was two people riding a motorcycle. And as they were riding the motorcycle, you could tell that one person was able to kind of swerve around the traffic and the other one stopped right before he hit because he couldn't swerve. He tried to do what the first guy did successfully. And then he was about to hit a blue truck. And so it just stopped before he hit it. And it's like his life flashed before him. And you look to the left, it was the angel of death, and
Oh,
he's like in this out of body experience, so you could see his silhouette like looking down upon himself, and then all of a sudden the video goes again and he crashes into the blue truck. And I said, why the hell did you
would
send
you
me
send me
this?
that? Because they'll mean that's why he sent you. I be like your mean self. Don't call him around here no more. Look, Miss Kim, we
Exactly.
need to have you up here. We need a whole panel of 10 women. I
I
swear.
was like, why would you? I mean, I haven't heard from you. Well, I haven't spoken. He has not heard my voice since I left him. Like he has
Yeah.
not heard how I sound since
Because
I
he
left
wanted to
him.
put that on you, the
Yeah,
energy.
exactly.
You won't put. I told you, don't be putting. I'd have rejected it. Like return to sender.
Yeah, and I don't
Don't-
even, I mean, I know why I responded to it because I wanted him to know that I saw it,
Okay.
and I didn't appreciate it, but
Okay.
that doesn't mean I'm going to talk to him. But that also could be his way of just saying, "Oh, I guess she's still looking." No. That was some very
Just burn it.
nasty and disturbing video. Like he's
Well,
never sent me anything like
maybe
that before.
not maybe. Clearly, he's unhappy with himself, so he wanted to make
Absolutely.
you miserable. Mm.
Absolutely, he's miserable. And it ain't got
It's
nothing to do with me. He was miserable before I met him.
Yeah, that's how some people are. They just mean. Their life is mean. They'll say, if you're happy and you know it, clap your
Oh,
hands.
she
I'm
said we
happy.
always got a room, never at my home. I know
I
that's
know
right.
that's right. Say you can never have a room at my house.
Well,
That's
see, I thought we were in truly a relationship.
oh
So that's the reason why El Mino came.
oh
Like when I tell you, we didn't even meet up for over 3 months.
oh. I be
So
seeing it.
prior to that, it was FaceTime phone calls, FaceTime phone calls, because we wanted to make sure that this was something that we both wanted.
Okay. Until you meet him in person, you're like, this ain't
Yeah, this ain't right.
you
So
ain't gonna work out.
yeah,
You ain't
so after that, and this he was the first guy that I dated after being in a long-term relationship with Mr.
okay. I remember Mr. Honey. I remember
Mm-hmm.
him, even just from your videos. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
am sleepy. Let me say thank you. Her channel is Life Her Way. Very
Right.
interesting. Very, you should be a
Thank
relationship
you.
coach. Look, it's
No.
very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. You tell good, you're a good storyteller.
Well,
I thank
thank
you for
you.
joining us, even though you're not on your nomadic journey, you on the love train.
Oh no, I'm not.
Love train.
Oh
Thank you for
goodness.
joining us. I want to tell
Thank you for
everybody
having me.
thank you so much for joining this channel. I had relationships, but not in my home. Okay. Oh yeah, they got it. That's what I said. Listen, I thank y'all so much. Thank you, Miss Tama. Thank you, everybody that stopped by and watched. I appreciate y'all so very much. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all humble people stayed around after the nomadic talk for the relationship stuff because we all human. We all got to get ours right. So thank y'all so much. And whatever you do, take the joy route because life is short. It really is short. And if we really believe that life is short, we would do things differently. We wouldn't allow Mr. No, we wouldn't allow El Mino into our life. We would do things differently. Thank you, LXNS. Thank you for hanging. Thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all so much. Take the joy route. Y'all will see Vita again because we're around. Go to her channel and subscribe. She's a great storyteller. So, and she's a friend. So go
Thank
subscribe.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
With the Joy Route.